My dad's a fairly big name in the insulation business, so...
Well, we're already recording, don't worry. Don't.
For fuck's sake,
I started this like...
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
We're recording, go for it. Any minute now, just intro. I'll intro. Hey, it's Jack. Unproductive nerd.
Say the intro. Say
Jack, come on, intro. What's the intro again? We're waiting for...
Say the
Wait,
iconic
intro here.
Say the iconic Unproductive Nerds intro.
Yeah, we're waiting on it.
fuck off, guys.
We're 3 episodes in, Rihanna. You should be more...
Welcome back, everyone. This is our 3rd episode.
Yeah, it is.
Again, I am joined by my co-host, John.
Hey.
Jack.
You struggled with my name.
Shut up. And, of course, Killian again.
I feel like you only get my name right when you're shouting at me.
And of course, let us not forget the
I'm
silent
annoyed.
observer.
I'm shouting because I'm annoyed at you
Like a
guys.
shadow in the night.
The silent
I'm
observer
annoyed
is
at you,
present.
Jack, because you went to see fucking Logan without us.
He did.
Oh yeah, Jack.
He did.
Alright.
I feel betrayed.
I had tickets for opening day. What can I say? It was...
it ends, this movie?
She speaks.
The silent observer has spoken.
Oh no. Everybody, we have a 5th member for once.
The silent observer
She's
has
coming to
spoken.
Logan with, hello Freya, how are you doing?
When does it end?
See, the movie starts at like 2:15, so... It's
2 hours.
The listeners don't want to hear this.
Listeners, we're going to see Logan midway through the podcast so we can give you a review afterwards.
But
Yeah.
Jack has already seen it.
I've
so.
seen it, but we're going to see it again because it's so great I have to see it again. Say about 4:45ish?
That's too late. We're gonna have several stalkers following us now.
Yes, because we are ever so popular.
Yes, all 5 of our followers will be very impressed. One of them is Lemony Snicket, so I've already burnt that bridge just down to the
Can we
ground.
just shit talk about Lemony Snicket at the start? Just get it out of the way.
So, I think what our first order of business should be is a new Overwatch hero.
Oh, she looks fucking great.
Yeah, I really like how a few days, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, there was an announcement on the Overwatch Twitter page or something about a new hero, and it was about a little girl who was supposed to be Orisa's creator, the little prodigy who built Orisa, and everyone was like, so are we just going to be murdering a 7-year-old every match now? And to be honest, I'm disappointed, because I thought it was going to be like a diva deal, like Orisa was going to be a mech suit, and there's a 7-year-old girl just going to be inside her.
You think you're disappointed? I was hoping that little girl was Doomfist. I was hoping they'd come out and she's got the huge fist.
Someday my Doomfist will come.
Oh my god.
Did you see that thing? I think it's IGN, but they tried to get Terry Crews to audition for it. How great would that be?
I love that. I love that so much.
Oh my god, I'd love that. Alright, what's up in the news before we go back to talking about the X-Men? Because last episode we talked the first 4 X-Men movies to death.
We mentioned
Yeah.
Origins.
Yeah, we
I
finished
think
Origins.
we finished
No, we
shit talking
finished
on the
Origins,
orange.
Yeah, we're done talking about Origins.
With this
Oranges.
Wolverine Oranges.
oranges.
X-Men Oranges Tangerine.
Although it is pretty funny to see Hugh Jackman with just slices of orange coming out of his fist and
And he's got a big one between his mouths. So guys.
spins it out when he comes out of the Weapon X thing.
No, it's in there when he comes out. He comes out of the tank throwing the arms out and roaring, but he's got a huge orange slice in his mouth.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, it looks like I've got a stitched up mouth, right? Isn't that so cool?
Also,
Speaking of Deadpool, sorry, I'm going to interrupt
yeah,
again.
that's what I was about to say.
Deadpool 2 teaser. Leaked online.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either, but I'm hyped.
I'm the only one who's seen it, so
Wait, man, we're not recording.
I'll bloody summarize it for you.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's real shit quality though. It's like somebody's phone recording it in the cinema.
In that case, I imagine it was probably Ryan Reynolds who leaked it.
Again.
Yep.
Anyway,
You guys see my movie?
basically, it's Deadpool, and he sees a guy getting mugged in an alleyway, so he's like, oh, I better do something about this in the stereotypical superhero way. He runs into a phone booth to get changed Superman style. The Superman theme plays, and for about 2 minutes straight, he just tries to get the costume on. And then cuts back to the guy who's just dead.
Yep.
And Deadpool goes over just making jokes about it. It's real good and real fun.
Isn't that some high quality recording?
Some high quality stuff right there. We appreciate the guy though.
Hey, can you hear it? Can you hear the guttural growling coming from the speaker?
John, why is there porn on your phone?
I love how we're getting...
Well, I mean...
Is that second-hand audio?
That's...
audio recorded on something else recorded on another thing.
Yeah.
That's third hand, actually. I don't even know if that's going to show up as anything more than... But it was bad anyway. We couldn't understand it. So.
Anyway, it's
Oh well.
not very funny, I'll be honest.
Oh,
It's not even that. It's, you know, the Family Guy thing, where they make a joke.
and it goes on too long?
It goes on too long. This joke is good, but it goes on too long.
It's good when Monty Python do it. Not so great when Seth MacFarlane does it.
They understand comic timing.
To be fair, the
Comedic.
trailers for the first Deadpool movie were not great, I thought.
Dude, the first trailer was amazing.
Yeah.
Not ten.
I like the music, yeah.
baby.
But the jokes weren't good, like,
Yeah, I mean,
he's
the
wearing
jokes
the
are
brown
pretty good.
pants, like,
yeah, that's not
funny.
And they took all of the like rejected parts from the bit where what's his face with the glasses is describing his face. You know,
Yeah,
he's-
yeah.
They came up with all the bad, unfunny ones
Yeah.
from that bit.
That was
The guy
good,
from
though.
Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah,
What's
the guy who looks like Justin
something?
Roiland.
Tim.
Tim the Turret Man Taylor.
Yes, Tim the Turban Taylor. And that is another celebrity bridge we have just burned. The only person we have on board right now is
Hang on.
Grant Gustin.
Did we just offend Justin Roiland, the guy from Deadpool, or Tim Taylor?
Not Tim Miller. Fuck.
TJ Miller.
TJ Miller.
TJ
Miller, thank you.
There we got it. We're sorry,
Okay,
TJ Miller,
have we-
avid listener. One of our other 5 listeners.
So have we just pissed off TJ Miller, Tim Taylor, or Justin Roiland, or all three, or none of them?
All 3. Wait, no, just 2.
All three,
Justin
because
Roiland's
we just
fine.
burn our
While we're
fucking
at
bridges
it,
here.
hey Roiland, where the fuck is season 3?
Yeah, come on, man. Fucking Rick and Morty, hurry it up.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're the guy drawing it. Why don't you draw it faster?
Yeah, fucking just make more episodes. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it probably.
Yeah, do you want us to do it for you, Roy?
We'll make. Just send us the script. Send us the script, Harman, and we'll draw it.
Yeah,
And
bloody.
it'll be better than any of the shit you put out.
Yeah, we're gonna put Mr. Poopy Butthole in every episode.
He's going to be the main character.
Yeah.
We're going to pull a Pinky in the Brain and make it Rick and Morty and Mr. Poopy Butthole, and we're going to change the theme song.
It's gonna be Mr. Poopy Butthole and Jerry going on adventures with a portal gun.
Oh, what was that again? Did you know Pinky in the Brain? That old TV show. We're Pinky
Yeah.
in the Brain. No. Did you know that they rebooted? Well, they didn't reboot, but at one point they were forced to add another character.
What?
That sounds hilarious. Is it another mouse?
It was a little girl.
I feel like it's a
Oh,
case.
that's just creepy.
I feel like it's a case. You know, an episode of The Simpsons
Yeah,
where they try to
Itchy
add
and
like a
Scratchy and
character from
Peachy.
Itchy and
Yeah.
Scratchy.
So I love that because they make that joke in there like, oh yeah, old shows just try and add new characters, try and liven it up, and then they bring in they bring in some guy in like a sunglasses and a hat.
Oh, yeah.
What up, Simpsons fans? Like, cousin Joey, what you doing? They're like high fiving and
Yeah.
stuff. Actually, speaking of old sitcoms, I've been watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh my God.
I have too.
Sorry, can we just
I
really quickly? Did you know that the executive producer for Pinky in the Brain was Steven Spielberg?
Yeah,
Yeah, actually.
and Animaniacs.
I did not.
Yeah.
He turns up in Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
Yeah, I knew that one, yeah.
show.
Oh yeah, sorry, but yes, it was
We gotta search for fingerprints.
Pinky in the Brain.
What? And she's holding Prince the
No,
performer.
fingerprints.
I
don't think so.
Yeah, but yeah, it was turned into Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain, and
That sounds
Elmira,
No.
they hated it. They didn't want to do it, so they basically spent the entirety of the series making fun of how stupid an idea it was.
That's pretty great, actually.
I always love. How was it like? Give me the bird. It's like we won, but the Fox censors won't allow it. You know.
I'd say one of the great things about those, they're the first example of a connected universe. Like, all those cartoons connected.
yeah,
they're
yeah.
all on the Warner Brothers
Yeah,
lot.
like what's his face? Oh my god, I can't remember.
It's
anything.
Acme Products, isn't it?
Yeah, Acme.
Acme. And they're the
was
same
the name
people
of
who
the-
make the Roadrunner.
Creeper,
the,
wasn't it? Wasn't Creeper the name of the superhero?
voiced by Mark Hamill, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
He showed up in Animaniacs.
He turns up in Animaniacs. Batman from Batman the Animated Series turns up in it. We meet, they cross over
my
with
God.
Pinky and the Brain.
Guys, what if the Warner Brothers characters are actually just the same species as Mr. McSpickle?
Mr. Mixer Spittle.
Sorry, Jack.
Did I actually get it right?
Jack can say it, I think.
Mr. Spittle. Ah, fuck.
It's
I got
Mix.
it
It
one.
begins with Mix. I know that.
Mix
the
the
elf
Spittle-
from Superman.
There's an episode, there's a part in the Superman anime series where he just turns into the different parts of it.
Yeah.
He's in Supergirl right now, but that show is trash, so I'm never going to watch it.
Did you know that they had Mr. McSpickle in
Mr.
Smallville?
Mix-a-Pix-a-Spittle-Lick.
Mr. Mixaspitalik. Whatever. Anyway,
It's just going to be the rest of the podcast of us just trying to pronounce that.
the only way to defeat him is to convince him to say his own name backwards. That makes sense.
That's great.
He's in Injustice as well, which is amazing. He fights Trigon, the literal devil. And their power is so much, they warp the universe. And it's funny how they do that, because every panel just gets slightly stretched out more and like weirdly cartoonish. It's fucking amazing.
Anyway, Mr. McPixdelict is in Smallville, and they changed him to this Eastern European exchange student whose superpower was he could make people do things by saying them. So, like, he makes, at one point he makes Clark trip over by whispering, "Fall." And he does.
So he's just the Purple Man.
He's basically the Purple Man, except he's he's less evil and just more of a dickhead. And it was one of my favourite episodes of Smallville, because they took the one character that they could never make live action, and they made him live action.
They made him live action in Supergirl, and he just hits on Supergirl the whole time.
Supergirl's bad, though.
It's real bad.
Speaking of Purple Man and David Tennant, DuckTales.
Scrooge McDuck.
I know!
Life is like a hurricane. I'm not going to do the whole song. I couldn't. It's real good.
How did they drag out Smallville for 10 seasons? Like, how did they manage
It
that?
wasn't a bad show.
There was good seasons and bad seasons.
There was good season in it.
Anyway,
Like, I don't like what they did with Doomsday, but I loved their Zod.
I hate their dark side.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was just a smoke creature, wasn't it?
At one point, he turns into actual Darkseid, like
Big shoulder things.
big shoulders, weird head thing, red eyes, whole thing.
Who would you get to play Darkseid? My theory is Michael Chiklis, because he's good in rock costumes. Same costume as the Thing, just paint him grey.
I would have gone with Michael Clark Duncan, but he's unfortunately not available anymore. So,
Who was he again?
Kingpin in Daredevil,
Oh, yeah.
like the original. Like,
yeah.
Ben Affleck one. He was also in The Green Mile. He played Jesus, I guess. Spoiler alert.
What were we on?
Wait, what?
We've gone way
Never
off
finished
topic.
that movie.
He's meant to be the
We
Messiah.
were just spouting around stuff that's
Fair.
happening.
But they kill him.
So.
Any other
Aw.
news? What's,
Oh, sorry.
what's
I
happening?
had it in my
Green
head,
Mile.
and now
Goddamn.
it's gone.
Alright, can we get back to DuckTales for a second? Because holy shit, the voice cast on that is fucking insane. David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. Ahmed from Community as one of the ducklings. I think he's Huey, or else he's Louie.
They're all basically the same character.
Yeah, but it's mostly just SNL people playing the voices, which is great. You get it up on the IMDb actually, because it's real good.
Yeah, because, the cast of SNL are basically talented people in a terrible show. So,
Hey, they do one good one every season.
Yeah, usually. Like, for example, Pete Davidson. He's hilarious. But he's been in, 3 good skits.
Oh,
Because SNL isn't funny.
No,
did you see the
no,
one
it's
they,
not.
See the one they did for Force Awakens, where it's undercover boss with
Oh, that one is funny.
That
Yeah.
was
amazing.
funny. That was only funny because Adam Driver went so po-faced with it.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
Get out of here, both of you.
But seriously, Adam Driver made that skit by just being so intense with it. Like, he's the only reason that skit's funny.
Yeah, they nailed that. Yeah.
Speaking of intense, shall we get to X-Men?
Alright.
Okay.
First class.
Also, sorry, Inhumans have been doing a lot of shit, but I
Oh
really
yeah,
don't care,
Inhumans,
so
a
I
lot
don't
of
give a
casting
fuck.
for Inhumans. I
Fuck off,
couldn't
Inhumans.
tell you what they were now, but
Is that going to be a movie or a TV show?
TV show.
Oh, no.
Which I worry
It's
is
going to be
going
the next Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
So
yeah.
complete trash.
Yeah.
Except one good episode a season.
Hey, every scene with Ghost Rider was good, and then he left, and I was like, bring Ghost Rider back.
Did he Ghost Rider off into the distance?
No, he just
like, it was-
vanished.
And actually, he basically gets sucked into hell at the end of the season.
Yeah.
You,
Spoilers,
he op-
but who watches it?
Yeah, no
I
one's gonna
do.
watch
I'm
it.
but I'm 5 episodes behind.
It's weird how we have
he
a
opens
higher...
up the Darkholme, and he and his evil uncle, who in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't dead, but is still
Dead?
a crazy serial killer.
I think we have a higher view count than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so,
Ooh.
Oh.
fuck that show.
Oh.
I mean, I like most of the characters. It's just usually poorly written, and also Skye.
I find Agent Coulson
Sky has
really
gone through several name
uninteresting now.
changes.
Daisy.
She's Daisy now.
She's
sorry.
Daisy
She's
now.
Quake.
Or Quake.
I actually read Siege, which is an old Marvel event, and she turns up in that, and I was real happy with that. She does like an earthquake for 5 seconds and is gone again.
Oh, no, but... Yeah, but Marvel TV shows are good with... with the second
The
half of
Netflix
Luke.
ones, yes. go
Actually,
on.
Iron Fist. Do we talk about
Sorry, I
the
meant the
trailer?
Netflix ones.
Iron Fist!
That was the only part of the trailer I didn't like. I liked the entire rest of it. Just
No,
when he
you should-
yelled.
every
That's the only-
episode,
I'm gonna be
supposed
honest.
shouting Iron Fist.
I'm gonna watch the first 3 episodes, and if he at no point screams Iron Fist, I'm gonna stop watching. Also,
My parents are dead!
my parents are dead! Iron Fist! Also, you know the businessman guy who's like talking to Madame Gao? He better better turn out to be Steel Serpent, and there better be a part where he's like, yeah, Danny, you really think you're the only person with fists of iron? And then he like starts unbuttoning his white shirt, tears it open, and he's got the Steel Serpent tattoo on his chest, and he's just like, let's go, motherfucker. And he's like, for the rest of the season, it's just like this chubby, middle-aged businessman going around in the white pajamas, like working for Madame Gao, and just going, Steel Serpent!
What's Danny Rand's costume going to be? Is it just going to be normal clothes until the second last episode?
I hope so.
The second episode,
We're gonna pull another diamond back, and it's just gonna be utterly ridiculous.
It'll be his exact costume for
open
the comics.
shirt. You can see like the real deep V chest.
Real, like down to the belly
my
button.
God, yes.
And he's got the yellow bandana around his head with the white eye holes.
Oh my god.
Just running around screaming Iron Fist.
The Netflix ones are good, with the exception of the second half of Luke Cage, which still isn't terrible. It's a real letdown after the first half.
Luke Cage had so many missed opportunities that it was just disappointing. Like Mahershala Ali,
Is he good in it?
so good in it. I'm just gonna
best supporting actor at this year's Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
because he's fucking incredible. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna save you disappointment. He's only the villain of the first half of the season.
Yeah, he died.
Spoilers.
If you're listening to this and you haven't seen it, fuck off. I'm sorry, that's too far. We've lost 3 listeners.
But the
That's
problem
half our audience.
is, Mahershala Ali is only meant to be the first half villain. He's meant to be the first act villain, and he's too good.
And then you get
he's way
Black
too
Mariah.
good. And you end up getting really invested in him as the main villain. So when they get rid of him and then replace him with this ridiculous Bible preaching nobody who's supposed to be Luke Cage's brother, you're just like, I don't care.
There's
Where's
no
my
setup about the brother thing until the second
Yeah,
last
he just
episode.
turns up, and you're like, am I supposed to know this
I honestly
character?
thought
Where's
it was Luke Cage's
Mahershala Ali?
friend
Bring
from
him
prison.
back. He was good.
Like,
Yeah, I
Marvel
thought it was
kinda
that too, but I was
use
like,
their
they don't
villains well.
look it, you know, like.
I mean, you know,
Kingpin,
Mariah,
Punisher.
Mariah was good.
Yeah.
And
One of my other things about
she
Luke
becomes
Cage,
the main villain.
killing Copperhead was so easy. Like Black
Cotton
Mariah
Mouth.
just does it Cottonmouth?
Cottonmouth.
If she throws him out a window, he's dead. Luke Cage could have killed him at any time during the show.
Yeah,
there would have been
there were
no
so many
fallback.
opportunities where Luke Cage could have just like done his stupid head smack thing and
At one stage, they're picking out a coffin for Pops. And he comes in the room and he tells his men to leave so he can talk to Luke Cage. Luke Cage should have just grabbed the side of his head and just started squeezing. Season's
Also,
over.
Can I just say the scene at Pops' funeral was such a wasted opportunity. I say Pops' funeral and I'm thinking about the ending to Regular Show. Spoiler alert for the ending of Regular Show.
What?
Pops dies and it's
Fuck, really?
It's one of the most emotionally charged episodes of children's television I've ever seen. It turns out Pops has a brother called the Anti-Pops, who's like this weird Dragon Ball Z villain who wants to destroy the universe. And they end up going into space in a parody of Armageddon. Or, hang on, which is the one with Bruce Willis and Dan
That's
Aykroyd?
Armageddon, yeah.
In a parody of Armageddon, they get on the orange spacesuits and fly up to fight him. It ends up in this huge, trippy, like, interdimensional fight where they're fighting this guy in the opening credits of the show. Like the words Regular
amazing.
Show are in massive marble floating through space, and in the end, Pops realizes he can't defeat this guy, so he grabs onto him, and the two of them fly into the sun and die. They return to Earth, and then it does a montage of the 25 years
Oh,
that
you see their
follows.
families and stuff. I've seen that image.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
They do this thing where they raise a statue in Pops' name and it has a placard on it, and I started crying. It was so good. But anyway, during Luke Cage at Pops' funeral, they messed it up because they turned it into like a political battle between Cottonmouth and Luke Cage, and I think it would have been way better if instead of doing his whole, hey, I'm evil, I'm the villain, we gotta band together thing. I think it would have been way better if that scene had just been Cottonmouth talking about Pops.
Yeah.
Like if he'd just gone up to the thing and started talking about, oh, he was my friend and he's dead and I'm really sad.
I'm sad about that.
If there had been a humanizing moment and Luke hadn't gotten up, if Luke had just gone, oh shit, I'd better just, I feel bad, kind of.
Woo.
Should have covered him instead of the kid. Fucking,
No, the Netflix shows are good.
real good.
I like Agent Carter. You guys can shit on me if you
It's
want.
fine, yeah, it's grand. It's not
Did
bad.
anyone watch that show?
A season
season.
3.
Yeah, the only reason I would watch a season 3 is if you brought like the Winter Soldier or somebody like that into it.
No.
Or like young Hank.
I just watched
before.
season 3 just for my Jarvis and Agent Carter because like those guys are just friendship goals.
Young Hank Pym would be brilliant.
Young
as you
Hank
see.
Pym, yeah, we
If
were
they
saying in their
introduced-
first episode, like
If
that
they
would
had
be-
just a Michael Scott impersonator who just showed, hey guys.
You mean Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas.
Sorry, Michael Douglas, yes. I don't know why I'm doing this today, but I can't stop.
Lost more listeners right there.
Michael Douglas just
Stop it, John.
a Michael Douglas impersonator just shows up like, "Hey guys, it's me, the Ant," and it's like, wow.
It's just in a rubber mask of Michael Douglas.
Hank Pym. They do the Gotham thing where they're real shit at foreshadowing. They're like, "Hey, look, it's Kid Hank Pym over there. Look how short he is. He's like an ant." And they turn and they look at the camera like an ant.
Yes, I'm going to be honest. I kind of one of the things that turned me off Gotham was when one of the guys looked at Oswald Cobblepot and went, "Yeah, whatever, Penguin." And
That's like 40
I told
seconds.
you not to call me that.
That's like 4 minutes in as well.
Yeah,
That show was amazing.
it's
so
campy.
It's
cheesy,
great.
It's so campy, and I love
They
it.
did Mr. Freeze perfectly. It's real good. Alright, now back to X-Men. Let's get around to X-Men. We got to review what's to the X-Men movie.
I want to talk about
Topic.
Gotham.
We actually have a topic.
We'll do
Okay.
a Gotham episode on
So, like, X-Men First Class, which is
The best
the
one.
best one. The best one. Hands.
Third best
Well,
one now.
we haven't seen
Third?
Logan yet.
Oh, okay.
I put Deadpool above it as well.
Deadpool doesn't count. We cannot count Deadpool.
There are
Yeah.
X-Men in it. They mentioned the X-Men. It's an X-Men movie.
In the same way that we can't count the first Iron Man as an Avengers film. It's in the MCU.
If that's the logic, then we can't count Logan as an X-Men film.
Except that the main characters are two of the X-Men's leaders.
The main characters in Deadpool are X-Men. They're not
the main
X-Men
character of
leader.
X- the main
Colossus
character.
and Negasonic
They're not
The two most important
The
people.
the main characters of Deadpool are Deadpool and his hooker girlfriend, neither of whom are X-Men.
Deadpool is closer to an X-Men movie than Logan is. I'm telling
Is
you.
Ant-Man an Avengers film?
Yes.
He's the Incredible
They go to
Hulk.
the Avengers
No,
base.
fucking isn't. No, it's just an Avengers
go
cameo.
to-
They have an Avengers cameo.
They go to the Avengers base. They talk about the Avengers.
But it's
They
not-
meet an Avenger. He's like, guys, don't tell Captain America about this.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
MCU.
boy.
It's not an
He's
Avengers
the Incredible
film.
Hulk in Avengers film.
No. Wait,
Yeah,
Tony
why
Stark
not?
turns up in it. Tony Stark turns up in it.
at the end for like the.
We're going
like,
off topic immediately.
It's Doctor Strange. in
Let's
Avengers.
okay. Can we just say
You know,
I don't think we should count Deadpool as an X-Men film, but I think we should count Logan because it's another Wolverine film.
Yeah.
You can't
He
have
was-
Wolverine.
he's the
film.
Wolverine
Don't
in
count
X-Men film though.
it. Or X-Men Origins.
Okay, do we count the Wolverine as an
The
X-Men
Wolverine.
film? Okay, fine. We're not counting Logan, Deadpool, or the Wolverine as X-Men films.
So we
Well, we're
counted
gonna talk
X-Men
about-
Orange.
Because it has X-Men in the title.
Well, we're going to probably talk about them anyway.
Yeah.
because-
Yeah. All right, back to First Class.
First Class is really good when like the X-Men, like Jennifer Lawrence and the crew, aren't in it because I didn't really like any of them.
I didn't like Jennifer
I
Lawrence.
like Jennifer Lawrence in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't
she gets
really
worse
despise
and
her.
worse.
She's real good.
Like, yeah, she's good in this movie. Like Days of Future Past.
In Days of Future Past,
Yeah.
she's just like
But
unbelievably
Apocalypse,
stupid.
Apocalypse, she's
Also,
just-
I just need my money.
Yeah,
I'll go
I just
blue.
felt
I'll
so
blue
sorry
man
for
my
her in
money.
Apocalypse.
And it's really weird when you go back to the original three and you're like, wow, why did they make Mystique the main character? She's
Yeah.
like a side villain.
J-Law.
Yeah.
J-Law.
Because it's Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence.
They cast her before she got all famous,
Yeah.
and then they had her. Yeah.
It's
She
like,
gonna be in
oh
the next
shit,
one?
now I have to use it.
Yeah.
I want her in the next one.
But it just didn't make any sense for
It
the
was so
character.
bad that part in First Class where she was like, "We cannot have code names. You can be Professor
Yeah, that
Ed,
one
and
is
you
real
can be
crazy.
Magneto.
You can be
Magneto."
Like, I
That's
was
the
even
best-
steeped in
That's like
just
Gotham
I'm way more
Member
mysterious than you.
To be honest, let's be clear, it's not as bad as the one in Forstick. But like, what are you, Mr. Fantastic? Look at Dr. Doom over here.
Oh yeah.
And when it's the
He's like a human torch. Johnny, get over here, you human torch.
and the end when the thing is just standing at
Oh
the
my
thing.
god.
It's fantastic. Say that again.
I shit you not. When we were watching that movie, me and John were just cringing in our seats, like so.
I love the way everyone
saw
calls
that.
that fan forcing just take any dignity it had.
I saw that movie twice in cinema.
It's okay,
so
man.
sorry.
It's
I chose
okay.
that over Mission Impossible.
It hurt
What
so
is
bad.
wrong with you?
I know. My father's disappointed in me. Anyway,
All of our fathers are disappointed in you, Jack. Even the ones who've never met you.
Anyway, fucking First Class.
It's so fun.
Costumes are amazing.
Costumes are brilliant.
Except Magneto's. Magneto's is fucking stupid at the end.
I
I could have made that with like 20 minutes of work.
I really like Kevin Bacon speaking German because he doesn't do a bad job of it.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Bacon on
It's the sort of thing
Kevin
where
Bacon's pretty good in
if
it.
a German person watched it, they'd be like, "Why is he pretending to be German? He's doing it so badly." But for us, when he goes "Wunderbar," you're just like, "Good job, good job, Kevin Bacon. You're
I'm
a real
going to
actor."
teach this town how to dance if it kills me.
I'm just imagining like the scene in Footloose where he's like going around the massive hangar, except he's got like the 6 hands, and he's like
One of my favorite things about that scene was
Anger dancing.
he's so far away from the car when he turns on the music that there's definitely no music where he is dancing.
It's just grunting and
Yeah, it's like,
squeaking.
all right, the
He
cast
hits
of
a button in
that.
the submarine. He just turns into a dance thing.
Apart from
That's what the ending of the movie should have been.
Yeah.
Like the coin is about to pass through his head, and then it just goes dun 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 dun. You're working, and it just breaks into a massive dance number.
I would have loved that so much.
Charles is just paralyzed on the ground, going like,
Just like raising his hands, like, yeah.
Beast is on the ceiling dancing with his like little claw hands holding
and
on.
then it turns into dancing on the ceiling. It segues, and they're all doing it. It's great.
Why haven't we got an X-Men musical with Dazzler in it yet?
Why haven't we gotten an X-Men musical with Jubilee in it yet?
Why
Jubilee's
haven't
in
we
all the
just-
X-Men movies though. It just isn't
Exactly.
happening.
But
So
no one
she'd be
says
in
her
it.
fucking name.
Alright, what are the good parts of First Class?
Any conversation between Magneto and Professor X?
I mean,
That
James
part where they
McAvoy
meet
and Michael
Wolverine in the
Fassbender,
bar,
like-
Yeah.
that is so good. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
That was, I think,
this quote in Days of Future
Yeah, I
Past.
know, that's so annoying.
yeah. I think it's still like, well, it makes. Excuse me.
Don't die.
Or
Okay, we don't.
I think it makes. sorry.
Oh god, he's got the legacy virus.
I think it makes sense that they'd misquote it because, you know,
It's been like 20 years.
Yeah, it's been like 15 years and he's meant to be a heroin addict, kind of.
Not really.
You see, it's a metaphor for heroin. Get it? Get it, guys?
Because the X-Men are... There's no...
They love their
in the X-Men,
metaphors.
John. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not like they're a metaphor for every socio-political problem of whatever era they come out of.
Alright, so what do we give First Class out of 10?
I'd give it an 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
Yeah.
Who's the director on that again?
Matthew Vaughn.
He's my favorite comic book.
Kingsman and
He's my favorite
Kick-Ass,
comic
yeah.
book film director.
Can we talk about Kingsman?
No.
No, that's another episode.
That's an episode to itself.
That's an
I
episode to
rewatched
itself.
it last week. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Okay, hang on. Are we all in consensus of what we're giving First Class?
Yes, an 8.
I just gotta say, about first, the special effects, like especially at the end where they're flying, are so bad. Like,
It's not
I've
terrible.
seen worse.
No, I don't think they're good.
I don't
I
get...
watch The Flash
Like,
every week, so I can't
not,
say
it's
anything.
not like Origins effects, you know?
You know what's her face? The stripper with the butterfly tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does she turn proper evil? Like, she goes from just, hey, this guy's a good point, to, I'm going to kill you all.
Yeah, it tries
Maybe
to
it's just
kill
like, come with
Havoc
us,
and
we're out of
Banshee,
here.
you
We
know?
got a red guy who teleports, let's go. She's like, fuck yeah, that's
Like,
awesome.
she wasn't evil, but she jumps to murder way too quickly to be believable.
Also, they just expect us to accept Azazel without just like, you know, it's like he's very
He's a demon.
Nightcrawler. You know, I understand in the comics Nightcrawler is the child of Azazel and Mystique.
They imply that in Days of Future Past, they at least imply that, well, like Mystique's reaction to when she finds out Azazel is dead is meant to imply that
I thought it was always Beast and Mystique created
no,
Nightcrawler.
Azazel and
They had that in Apocalypse, though. She's like, yeah, this is blue child I found. And the two of them look at each other and look back to
I think that's just be a
Nightcrawler.
reference to, isn't it weird how we're all blue? But
Yeah,
in
we're just
Apocalypse,
blue.
in Apocalypse, Nightcrawler is meant to be Azazel and Mystique's child. I think they imply it, at least.
Like in the Marvel universe, if
But
you're a
even-
mutant, you're blue. If you're an alien, you're green. You know,
Or blue.
or blue. Actually, I'm blue.
Like Yondu and what's her face?
The Kree.
Karen
and
Gillan.
just-
Oh shit, we forgot to talk about the Guardians trailer. How good was that? Look, we're off X-Men again, but
I'm sorry.
Kurt Russell.
I'm watching the time.
I
We're
love
going
it.
to talk about Guardians for
Also,
about 2
can I
minutes.
just say, I love the fact that I just had The Chain by Fleetwood Mac playing in the background.
Yeah.
I love that song. Not
love
only
that
because
album.
I am named after a Fleetwood Mac song, but you know, I just love that song.
I'm named after Michael Jackson, so I can't say anything. Holy shit.
Your name
was
is
amazing.
Jack,
Yes.
and you're named after Michael Jackson.
My father doesn't think that far ahead.
I don't think that's the real reason. I don't think
There's a family secret there that I just haven't been told. Is it?
like that's something like a TV character comes up with a shitty excuse to like why am I called Jack? Because of Michael Jackson. And you are my son, Jack. I am Michael.
I want to say that's not like a TV trope, but I've been watching Fresh Prince lately, so yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Okay, guys,
Prince is-
guys, you know,
first.
I'm sorry, I'm bringing this off topic. I just found this. You know how you have the giant teleporting dog in the Lockjaw?
Oh, yeah, there's a time we're getting one of those.
They're putting it in the Inhumans.
You see, don't have
You love Gorilla Grodd in The Flash. You cannot disagree with Lockjaw and the Inhumans.
Yes, but on The Flash, they give their whole budget to a fast man and a gorilla. They have to spread their budget around like 20 different characters with powers.
We're now going to have 20 minutes of a Hispanic man talking into a computer
So
because we've run out of money.
I like the idea for Lockjaw. This is the only reason I would like it, is if they just get a normal dog I'll put the little thingy on his head.
Yeah, probably.
And just have somebody dub over it.
Just have like Kevin Spacey in 9 Lives. Just have him talking.
That would be perfect.
Without the dog's mouth moving.
Wait, how's your dog talking? He's telepathic.
I mean, I think that's how Lockjaw speaks in the comics.
Is it?
Yeah, he just communicates with people
I
telepathically.
fucking hate the Inhumans.
Black Bolt is cool.
Yeah, I liked it when there was like 20 of them. Now there's like 2 million of them.
Yeah.
Like every Marvel story these days is just like, oh, we need a MacGuffin and we need a way out of this Deus Ex Machina. We have an Inhuman for that.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
I'm bored with
What are you doing?
There's
now?
Oh, I was just
There's
scrolling through Twitter.
so many people in the MCU are also in Peter Jackson's.
Jackson's
Hobbit movie. Hobbit
Hobbit
movie.
and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I've never realized how many people
Yeah, and
in
then
the
there's some
MCU.
actors I'm looking at like, holy shit, that was them, you know? It's
Like I think I knew most of these, but I
Cumberbatch
I didn't
was
know
a dragon.
Who's he again then?
that's. Hang on. Oh, I think he was in Agents of Shield.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
who
yeah,
played
we're
that?
looking at the guy who played
I
Faramir,
did
if
not
anyone's
know.
wondering.
What's his name?
Yeah, I love how the audience,
Yeah, no, the actor.
for those of you at home who are wondering what the fuck is going on, they have a laptop and they're pointing to characters who were in Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings and
sorry,
in the
it's my
Marvel
laptop.
movies, but none of you can see that, so it's this real
We're sorry.
disorienting.
Look,
of
I'll
us
tweet
pointing
it
stuff.
later. If you want to see it, I'll tweet it right now. So if you want to see it, go see
There,
it.
go to the Twitter.
Cat Blanket is Hela in Thor 3.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hela,
Backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Hela scary. Life
Logan.
is Strange.
Wait, not Logan. What's the next one? The Wolverine.
What?
What?
The Wolverine's the
Oh,
next
yeah.
one
Oh
after
yeah,
First
this is the
Class.
next one.
Oh,
The
not
ninja
good.
one.
I didn't like Wolverine.
As I said, like they just kind of went. They go, you know what? Wolverine was in Japan for a bit. He goes, yeah.
Fight some ninjas, guys.
Yeah, it was just like, we can work with this. We'll just disregard any continuity, any fucking sense.
You know what the thing is? I like it for the first 2 acts.
The
And
first-
the third act is really disconnected.
The
Yeah.
opening scene with the nuke drop is incredible, and
Yeah,
then it
that's
just
a really good scene.
it just gets bad.
You know, it feels real personal with
Logan
and that
camping
girl.
in the woods, like I missed that woman who you last saw in a movie that came
That
out
bear
6
was
years
my
ago.
best friend.
That's a crazy. He just guts a bear. I would watch a whole movie that is just Wolverine fighting bears.
He's just sitting out in the forest going, I wonder what Dakin's doing right now. Ken Watanabe is just off in Tokyo like, I wonder what my father is doing right now.
And they start fighting bears.
No, Ken Watanabe watches a bear and Wolverine size up and goes, let them fight.
Alright. Oh, you pull back from the shot of Ken Watanabe. I'm imagining it's the shoulder shot. You
Oh,
pull
by the
back,
way-
and he's on the back of another bear.
We need to make something clear. I think in last week's episode we had a conversation about whether Ken Watanabe was in the Wolverine. He isn't, Jack.
Oh, thank God.
You're racist.
You're the one who said it was Ken Watanabe, not me.
No, you're the one who said, wasn't he already in the Wolverine? And I said, maybe.
You said, oh, I think he's the Silver Samurai.
Well,
and
it's
then
not-
we just couldn't be bothered to Google.
Well,
We
he really
apologize.
knows the movie.
Well, it's not
I'm
like,
sure he
it's not
was.
like we were...
See, this is exactly what happened.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
just
it was,
different Japanese people.
We apologize, Japanese people.
We're
We did
nearly
not
as
mean to
bad
be
as
racist.
Godzilla.
Sorry,
At this
Ken
point.
Watanabe.
We love you, Ken Watanabe.
I
Come
think-
visit us. We love you. I love you, my friend.
We're declaring a formal apology to the nation state of Japan.
But we're not giving one to fucking Lemony Snicket. That cunt can fuck her right off.
No,
I like
you
to
like him.
state,
Fuck you.
I like to
Lemony
state
Snicket.
a formal apology to anyone who finds offense in Jack's comments and Jack's analogies.
I
was meaning to say that
apologize,
for a
mother.
while.
I am so sorry.
Sorry, Daniel Handler, you're a really good author.
Anyway, back to X-Men.
Back to X-Men.
What do we give? I really like Logan. I really like the Wolverine, actually. I might
Yeah,
be
like
the only
Wolverine
one.
has some good scenes here and there, although the train scene kind of
so cool.
It's a hit and miss with me because you'd be there like it's cool,
on a train.
and then you're like,
Oh, by the way, just so we're clear, the current emperor of Japan is a guy called Akihito. So
They have
apologies.
an emperor.
Yeah, apologies to Emperor Akihito for any offense we may have given to his
Come on our show.
Imperial Majesty. Come on the show sometime.
We love you, man. Get on in here. You, Ken Watanabe, you can all come on here.
Yeah, just the Emperor of Japan and Ken Watanabe just on this podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be a bad idea. We'd
Major
probably
fans.
mix them up. And it wouldn't end well.
Okay, that's
that would not.
No, I mean,
I mean, given our track record,
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
at some
that's
point-
what I meant. I
We
didn't-
probably like all bow to Ken Watanabe and just try to shake Emperor Akihito's hand and just piss off. Like we probably get.
I do that
sentenced to
anyway.
death.
I love Ken Watanabe.
Like, oh yeah,
Yeah, me
these
too.
Irish kids are dicks.
Even if I
Yeah, we'll all get banned from the
you-
nation state of Japan, and we'll all be sentenced to death if we ever go there.
Have you ever heard
So-
Sam Jackson's story about how he's always mistaken for
Denzel
Denzel
Washington?
Washington? I feel like we have the same thing with Ken Watanabe and the Japanese emperor.
That's a weird one because I think Samuel L. Jackson doesn't look like anyone. He's like this. He kind of reminds me of like a bulldog. If a bulldog was like a 60-year-old man, you know, he's got like.
Why did you say Jackson? He's not 60.
He is.
Oh, he's like late 60s, I'd say.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, mid 60s anyway.
No, yeah, he's
Still an amazing human being.
Anyway, back to the Wolverine.
He looks like he has jowls, you know.
Wolverine versus a samurai is real good, but him versus a robot samurai,
It pisses
not
me
as
off.
good.
It pisses me off. They just don't hold continuity because then like fucking Days of Future Past, he's got his adamantium claws. Where the fuck did he get it?
If only they had a man who could control metal somehow. That would be real
Do you think
effective.
he'd willingly go through that again after all the pain it caused him the first time?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it hurt really bad for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that was just on the hands. That was the whole skeleton and tapping into his spinal system.
Yeah.
You just stick the knuckles out, look away.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got the rest.
Yeah, he's good.
And to be honest, like, yeah, he acted like a little bitch over that whole adamantium bonding process.
Okay, no, let's not take it too far. That
It
was
hurt for
fucking
like,
painful.
dude, it was like a half-minute long process, and he died.
Dude.
He died a little bit.
They poured liquid metal into all of his
into
bones.
his skeleton.
Hey, Luke Cage got like cooked in boiling acid, and he got over it. You know?
Wolverine took a nuke to the back, so like...
Yeah, exactly. He got
He's built up a pain tolerance at that. Wait, that's before. Is it before? It is.
Yeah, he just has the bone claws at that point.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he's nowhere near Liev Schreiber. Where was Liev Schreiber while he was in Japan? I thought they were buddies until like Vietnam.
They meet Viet. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I'm thinking of the Striker. Never mind.
Why wasn't... No, actually, Stryker meets Wolverine and Sabretooth in Bolivia.
He meets him in Vietnam.
No, they get executed by a firing squad in South America, and then they get inducted, and then they go to Vietnam, I think.
I think it doesn't matter. Anyway, what do we give the Wolverine? Just our amazing.
I give it a 6.
6, yeah.
Sure.
Solid 7.
Hang on.
I'll do no 6.
We need an adjudicator. What does the silent observer give?
Yeah, got audience friends been here the whole time. Just
No,
looking real
the
offended.
silent observer.
The silent observer.
-3.
-3 it is.
Okay.
The silent
you know
observer
that.
has spoken.
Okay, so Days of Future Past.
It's good.
I like
I like it a lot. I think it's very good.
I like it.
The
I
future
like
stuff's better than the past stuff.
Also,
Yeah.
I just want to make a comment that just Storm's hair gets shorter with each movie she's in. It's
Was
like
she
really
in
long
that?
in the
For like 2 minutes.
before she died.
Yeah, she,
Um,
yeah,
she
yeah,
lightnings
sorry.
a robot, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
reboot. No, but you know, it's
Yeah.
really long in like X1, and then X2 it gets shorter. X3 it's short. X2
It's slowly becoming a
Future
ball.
Past.
It's just going up.
Future Past, it's like basically.
Oh, yeah,
a
she's like
pixie cut.
yeah.
And then in Apocalypse, Young Storm, her like sides of her head are shaved, and she just really has that. You know, it just gets shorter.
Well,
She's gonna be bald in the
One of
next
my favorite
one.
thing about Days of Future Past is they're murdering off all of these like X-Men
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
you do not care about.
Oh, Warpath
Yeah.
They're just
and
murdering
Blink
through.
and, you know, yeah.
And then finally, spoilers, they get to like Magneto. And this is the only time
And they
I'm
fucked
like,
up Bishop
no,
as well.
No, don't
Yeah.
you don't fucking leave
How
no.
dare you lay hands on Ian McKellen?
Yeah.
I'll fucking kill you guys. Did you know he's in Beauty and the Beast?
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Is he
Oh,
playing
he's doing-
Gaston?
he's
no,
doing-
he's Cogsworth. Oh no, he's Gaston.
He should be Gaston.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he should be Gaston. And Patrick
Who's
Stewart
playing
should be
Gaston
the
again?
little guy.
I think it's the guy who plays.
It's Thor's little brother. It's Dracula. I'm told.
Yeah, that was a Dracula. I'm told.
He's a Dracula.
He's a Dracula.
Beauty and the Beast looks really good. Yeah.
It does look really good.
I'm not going to see it.
No, it looks
We're
good.
all going to see it, and we're going to
That's
review
a
it for the
shooting star.
podcast.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Don't worry, it's going to be great. All right, Days of Future Past. I don't like the past stuff at all, actually. Now that I think about it.
Dinklage is good.
Yeah, he's cool.
Peter Dinklage.
The thing with the, I think we said this last week, but you know when he's in the wheelchair, but he takes the drugs, he loses his powers, but he can
That
walk.
doesn't
That
make
yeah,
sense.
you know-
makes no sense.
Here's this magic heroin I made that takes away your mind powers,
Magic
but fixes your
heroin!
spinal
Yeah.
I'm
cord.
sorry, John. It's not all heroin magical.
How great, how great would the final scene have been?
I think most people forget how to walk when they are on heroin, but
But Charles takes it, right? How great is this? And he just turns into a big blue guy as well. And it's Beast's revenge. He's like, fucking, you mocked me for years, man.
especially when you were on magic heroin, you said some things you didn't remember.
Oh, we need to talk about Quicksilver.
Yes, Quicksilver is the best scene in that
that's so
movie.
cool.
Yeah.
I love Quicksilver.
Question: Is it Is it better than the?
Yes, it's better than the Marvel version of Quicksilver.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
no, I
it's
like
great.
Better than the
it.
one in the Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Oh! Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the thing-
I know I don't like Apocalypse that much, but
That's
I
the
do
good scene.
love.
That's the one good scene.
Love the Quicksilver scene. Also, because I love the song in that segment as well. So.
Alright,
The problem with the Quicksilver scene is it was another example of Apocalypse just being completely tone deaf, because that scene was meant, like, it's the scene where Havoc dies, and then it just cuts to and he has the thing with the dog and the bits of pizza, and it's funny. And
If
then
they just had a movie of just Quicksilver doing that shit, I would happily sit down and watch it.
I'm worried it would get boring after a
It
while.
probably would, but, good music.
And also, Jim Croce's Time in a Bottle during the bit in Days of Future Past.
That's real good.
It's beautiful.
What's the...
It's beautiful.
Well,
But see, if he's going so fast, would the music be still playing at the same speed?
not
If
at
he's
all.
still going around that fast, I'm just saying.
It's just
He's going
really
faster than the
fast
speed of sound.
Yeah.
Every he just clicks a button and it goes to
He
like
plays
2,000
on
times
fast
faster.
forward.
Yeah.
It's like how when you put on a podcast, you could, like the podcast you're listening to, you can put up the speed on it for some reason. So when you're at iTunes, you could listen to the weekly
listen
planet at
to us.
triple the speed.
You can
Hang on,
listen
I
to
need
us
to
as
try
chipmunks.
What did the ear of corn say when it lost its clothes? Is he doing a bit? Aw, shucks.
Ha, ha, ha.
Get it?
Alright, we're gonna stop going so
I
much.
fucking hate you guys.
No, not more than we hate ourselves, don't worry.
Copyright, I'm just quoting Bo Burnham, but continue.
Alright, what do we give Days of Future Past?
7 out of 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd say just 7.
What did we give First Class?
8.5?
8.5?
Alright, 8.5,
Yeah.
so yeah, 7.
I don't think any of them are really fantastic, but they're all
Except Logan. We'll get to
I give
that
it a
later.
7.5. Yeah, that seems fine.
Alright, what's next? Or is that the last one?
No,
There's Deadpool and Apocalypse, but we're not talking
Apocalypse.
Deadpool. Because
Yeah.
Wait, we already talked to Wolverine. Why not talk Deadpool?
Deadpool, solid 10.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
We don't need to speak about Deadpool. It's Deadpool.
Yeah, we're
I'd
on.
give it a 9.9.
Yeah, 9.5.
Yeah, I'd say 9.
It's really good.
It's really good, but
Because TJ Miller isn't funny.
Yes,
TJ
he
Miller
is.
is fucking hilarious.
Fuck
He's
you,
so
TJ Miller.
funny, no.
TJ Miller is my Lemony Snicket now. I hate him. He's not funny. Fuck you.
Actually, nothing is funny.
dude,
No.
we're losing followers
great.
like, I don't know how.
TJ Miller will come in here and do something about it. Lemony Snicket doesn't give
He's
a
a
fuck.
nerd. I'll just punch him in the face.
TJ Miller's like twice your size.
Yeah, I know it. He's a little bitch. TJ Miller comes in here. I'll sock him in the nose. He'll cry and run off. Lemony Snicket comes here. He'll kick your ass. He's a big guy.
And he wouldn't even fit in the room, John.
Oh, come
There's like
on.
5 of us in the room.
that was
There's
a
4 of us
lot.
and the silent observer in the room. I don't think we can fit Lemony Snicket through that door.
Hey, Daniel Handler would kick your ass, son.
I can take him in a fight.
Lemony Snicket would kick your ass.
I work out every day and I have 2 degrees of black belt. I think I could beat Lemony Snicket. I'm a
Lemony
large writer, man.
Lemony Snicket would kick your pansy ass. Actually, Lemony Snicket, Jack is calling you out. You
Fight
gotta,
me in the car park right now, Lemony Snicket. After the podcast, come meet me.
yeah, fight him.
I just saw
Okay.
the greatest fight ever. Lemony Snicket
Versus
George
TJ Miller.
No, George R. Martin.
Oh, George would win. George R. R. Martin would
It's
win.
like, have you
George
ever
R.
seen...
Martin's too dangerous. Yeah.
Have you ever seen...
George R. R. Martin has no
No
mercy.
conflict, yeah.
No mercy.
Have you seen
No.
2 elephant seals fight before?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to imagine them flop
They
at
just
each other.
stand
We
edge
get
against
David
each other.
Attenborough to narrate it as well. No.
Yes.
Yes.
And here
Get you
we
to
see 2 male bull elephant seals fighting in the wild. One of them, for some reason, won't fucking finish writing Winds of Winter. Where is it, George? Where is it? I read the rest of them. Come on, man. You got 2 books left. Write them.
Come at me, Snicket. It's gonna be... I'll tell you this is your red wedding, but no woman will go near you. Now,
Yeah, the thing about Lemony
that's why
Snicket,
terrible George R. R. Martin.
What's Lemony Snicket sound like? We should.
he was American.
It's a me, Lemony Snicket. See? Perfect.
Yeah, the difference between Lemony Snicket and George R. R. Martin is Lemony Snicket can finish a book series.
Yeah, but the only thing is quality over quantity.
Guys, we've gone back to shit talking authors again. Fuck's
Fuck
sake,
you,
guys.
Lemony. Alright.
See, I love you, George R. R. Martin.
Alright, X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men
Complete
Apocalypse.
trash. It is the most generic film I've ever fucking seen, and I've seen Fan Force Nick.
Oh no, Apocalypse
Mic
is
drop.
better than False.
Is it
It's better than
Spider-Man
Fan Force
Apocalypse?
Stick.
I would rather go watch Fan
It's
Force
like a movie in which
Apocalypse.
there
There's
would be one. even
there's
if
I
no-
like,
there's no
I like
Skyrim
some of the
Apocalypse.
Magneto scenes, except, you see his family and you're just there like, oh,
there
they're
is.
gonna fucking
His fucking
die.
pyramid opens up and shoots up in the sky.
It doesn't shoot any. Is that a euphemism?
Yes, it is. It is.
I don't remember that scene in Apocalypse. But no, I'm pretty sure there isn't a sky beat moment in
I
Apocalypse.
don't think there is.
I think there is. Magneto's like floating the metal around,
To be
and
fair,
the pyramid
He's
fires up
floating, no,
energy.
he's just floating the metal around, and then he's trying to do the weird mind transfer with Professor X and
if we're talking about
gold and shit.
if we're talking about memory, can we really trust the guy who had the whole, Hulk going to Pound Town in Old Man Logan?
Listen to me. I'm going to clarify this for the audience.
We know, man. You already clarified.
I'm clarifying it again. In the book, it says she was the only one who could keep the pace. And I misremember that as the only one who could take the pounding.
Which is so much worse.
It is a close story for a man who's dyslexic and read the book like a week before recording.
At no point was there any reference to pounding.
It's still a creepy fucking line.
Oh yeah, no, it's meant to be a creepy fucking line, but there's no reference to pounding, and I don't blame it on your dyslexia. I just blame it on your strength of character.
Okay,
So it's poor memory. Fair enough.
Sure.
I think we're.
yeah,
Let's be honest,
there was no beam in that movie,
No sky
but
beam.
we had the Phoenix, and they're going to butcher the Phoenix.
Also, Apocalypse. What was
the
Apocalypse's
Phoenix Saga
plan?
is a complicated saga anyway.
And can we not have Sophie Turner doing it? Because Sophie, I love you, but you're not,
Get outta
You're
here.
not good in Apocalypse.
You
You're
can't
just
do
not
American
good at it.
accents.
What was I going to say?
You're like Benedict Cumberbatch. You're an amazing actor.
Just stay
You
British.
just really can't do the American accent.
She didn't have to be American, though. She could have been
I
British.
saw Black Mass. Do you want to know?
Okay, it's
Is that
earlier ones.
Is that where you tried to do the Boston accent?
Black Mass came out 2 years ago, I think. And Benedict Cumberbatch's Boston accent is... It's been good seeing you, Charlie. Hey, I'm from Boston. It's my real voice. It's where I'm from.
How's your mother doing? He's really struggling with this.
No, he does this weird thing with his voice where you got, Johnny Depp doing the real Boston accent. Hey, I'm in The Departed. And
Look at my nose, I think.
Look at my big nose. And then you've got Benedict Cumberbatch doing this with his voice for some reason. Hey, I'm from Boston. Hey, guys, what's going on? I am Modoc.
So, guys, final rating for Age of Apocalypse.
6, I guess.
Age
4.
of Apocalypse?
I'm not low rank. What did we give Origins?
Do you know why I'm giving it a 6?
I think we
Fassbender.
gave that a 4.
Fassbender was so good in Apocalypse.
Fassbender has one.
He was good in Apocalypse.
He's got 3 good scenes.
He's good in everything, yeah.
Also, try to talk about
I'm sorry,
flaws
but
of
can I just really
Apocalypse,
quick-
There's like 4 of them.
Just really quickly. The factory, the forest, and Auschwitz.
Okay,
Yeah,
those
are good
I
things.
forgot about the
Although
factory.
that's just the part where I just turned around and just, the fuck are you?
Can I talk about the flaws in Apocalypse? Because there are many. More than most X-Men movies,
No, I'm
actually.
gonna show my
Apocalypse's plan is to kill every human, right?
No.
Yeah.
Or kill everyone, right? It's just get rid of all the motherfuckers who are too weak.
No.
What's his plan,
Enslave
John?
His
humanity.
plan is to enslave humanity as using telepathy.
You know how that would have been easier?
Yeah.
Had he wiped out those who could stand up to him with the fucking nukes he had. He just floats the nukes off into space like it's nothing to him.
He's got a god complex, and he thinks, oh, you pitiful humans with your stupid Earth-destroying powers, get away with you stupid nuclear
Like
weapons.
20 seconds, he could just drop them on Washington.
But it wouldn't have achieved what he wanted because he's got a... Look, I'm not trying to say it's good, I'm just trying to explain why...
Another question I have. Why does Quicksilver not reveal the fact he's Magneto's son?
Because it would be an awkward moment.
Magneto's like, I lost my family.
And Quicksilver...
And he's freaking out over it.
How do you think it would have been if Quicksilver had been, hey, you remember that woman you had a one-night stand with 18 years ago? I'm your son, we can be a family. I have no idea who you are, but we can be a family.
I'm all alone in this world. Quicksilver could have just ran up and said, you're not alone. And they could have broken it down to an emotional scene that might have saved that movie slightly better.
No, it should have been, yeah, he says...
Because they're building to that throughout the movie as well. She's like, yeah, he's my dad. She's like, what?
Magneto's on his knees, all,
So-
I'm alone, so alone. And then Quicksilver goes, you're not alone. And then it backtracks to the bit before Scott goes to the theater, and Scott goes to Joe again, and he beats Gideon this time.
Guys-
God, I love Scott
Guys,
Pilgrim.
I hate to cut you short, but we are gonna literally have to run to the cinema
we've
to
got
go
a
see
few
this.
more
Yeah, we have to go see Logan.
We have
One
to
more
go see
second.
Logan.
What's our rating on X-Men Apocalypse? Also, fuck, I had one more thing. Doesn't matter. What's our rating on X-Men Apocalypse?
I give it a
5,
6.
What did we give Origins?
4.
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah.
I give it 1 from Origins.
You have,
Lower
to,
than,
you have to just give it
lower
to
than the
Fassbender.
Wolverine, better than Origins.
Just do it for Fassbender, you know?
Fassbender,
Wait, just-
our fellow Irishman.
What would you give Logan just before we see it?
Oh, I give Logan a 9. Like
High
that's,
expectations.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm really just looking forward to Steve Merchant with weird cat eyes.
Yeah.
I think Logan.
Was he not in Apocalypse?
He was.
Yeah.
Of all the characters from that trilogy to bring into the Wolverine movies, Stephen Merchant as Caliban is the one they chose, and I'm so happy about it. It doesn't make any sense.
Like,
What
I
we
love
saw.
it.
Caliban in Apocalypse was just Stephen Merchant in a weird underground thing in, I don't know, Moscow or Berlin or somewhere, and now it's just Caliban just shows up in Logan, and I love it.
He only gets a few scenes, but he's really good. I was going to say, before we go, The only thing I'm scared about Logan is I think it's the Dark Knight Returns of superhero movies. That it's real good and it's real dark, and people are going to try and copy and imitate it and not be as good from now on.
Shit.
We're going to get a dark and gritty, like, Batman movie kind of in this vein, but it's not going to work. We're
Dude,
going to get a lot of
we've-
rip-offs like this.
We've been them for like 15 years.
We've been having them for longer than 15 years.
Yeah, but it's going to be the more grounded, the more, oh yeah, I'm just a real weak superhero. It's...
Okay, guys.
Super, kick-ass.
Guys.
Alright, Kick-Ass is pretty great. I don't like Super.
Guys.
I actually did. Okay, let's
Guys,
go.
we gotta go.
We have to pause, but we'll be back
we
soon.
will be back.
It'll be a seamless transition. We're going to go see Logan, then we're going to go review it.
We'll be back right now. Alright, well, we're back from Logan, and it was super good, but we've lost Killian and both the Silent Observer. So
It is just the three of us now. Back to the originals.
two
Back
men,
to the original trio.
back
Whoa.
to episode 1 flashbacks. Okay, so
Let's be
guys,
honest, you missed it. It was just the three of us. We're never letting the others back in. Fuck you, Killian. I'm sorry, I told him I'd sign for if
We
you
love you,
left.
Killian.
alright, now, well, guys, spoilers, full spoilers, all the
Full
spoilers.
spoilers.
Well, let's go non-spoilers first.
No,
We loved Logan.
no.
It was great. 10 out of 10.
Hang on.
No spoilers.
Yes, yeah.
We're now venturing into 100% spoiler territory, so I'll just start off by saying X-23 is a lizard person. That's okay. We got that out of the way. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Magneto's death. Holy crap.
what did we think about X-Men: The Last Stand of Us?
You stole my joke.
It was funnier when I said it.
No, it wasn't.
Also, you messed it up.
Guys.
Yes,
Logan.
is a lizard person.
There is a lizard person in
stealing it.
There is a lizard person in there, and he's real ugly.
There is a
creepy.
lizard. I didn't even think of that. There is a lizard person.
He's fucking Kirk Connor's wet
Okay,
dream in there. It's real weird.
Guys, Logan reaction. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, I think I came.
Logan.
It's so good. Okay, Fox, if you ever hear this, just stop. Just stop X-Men film.
That was
just
perfect.
Finish it.
All right.
Ended it well. I loved it. And I loved X-23. She's a good child actor. So
good.
So good.
Any aspiring filmmakers out there, anybody who's thinking of making a film, just don't. It's never going to be as good as this. I think we just stop making movies now. We've hit
Give
the
up.
pinnacle
Give
of
up.
what we can do as a society.
You can't get better
film-wise.
than Logan.
Oh my god, we'll never get better than Logan.
We'll never get better than Logan or 12 Angry Men. Those bastards. They ruined it. They ruined it for everyone.
I'm going to see King Kong in like next week or the week after. It's going to be a real weird shift after going
I'm
to
just
see
gonna
Logan.
be. I'm gonna be watching the giant bone monsters attacking King Kong and going, "Why isn't there blood? Where's Hugh Jackman in
Yeah.
this?"
Just for gravitas to the scene.
Guys,
What's the
why
emotional
did it
state?
come out after fucking Oscar season? Like, could we have gotten...
It never would have.
Oh, I never got it.
It would have
but-
only won an Oscar if Hugh Jackman had died during the production.
Yeah, it would.
That's
He's
the
not.
rule.
He's not wrong.
That's the rule.
The worst thing is.
superhero movies are only considered art if someone dies during the production.
So if we kill wee Tom Holland during Infinity War,
no, not wee Tom Holland.
murder
He's so
Tom-
many years left to live in him.
my mother to wee Tom Holland.
So Professor X dies, and Stephen Merchant dies, and the main villain dies really anticlimactically,
And Logan
it's hilarious.
dies.
And Robot Hand gets Robot Hand gets
Mr. Harpoon Robot.
Mr. Harpoon Man. Mr. Harpoon Man gets mummified by weird, creepy grass and frozen.
Those kids are psychopaths.
They're fatalities from Mortal Kombat, just ripping people apart.
They were way too into it. Like the ice breath girl full on shattered a fucker's arm. It's like they were way too into it. Like Richter was meant to be like the good kid, and he was like crush you with a truck.
Also, they're all trained as assassins, but X-23 is like a mile ahead of them.
Yeah,
skill-wise.
X-23 makes the rest of them look like pussies.
You
She's
got
full
like
on-
a bunch of little black dude is like running through the woods, terrified.
Yeah, all he can do. Oh, he can sort of electrify shit. She's doing full on like Black Widow flips.
Acrobatic shit.
How many
like-
times?
Scissors kick
How
everyone.
many times throughout that film did she like full on get people in a full Nelson and flip them over her?
Yeah.
She's 11 and she's throwing fully grown men over her shoulder and then getting on top of them and repeatedly stabbing them in the face until like way past the point of it being necessary.
Okay, Rhiannon, what was the story? Explain a plot of the film of Logan to us.
Well, you see, there's Logan and there's Stephen Merchant, and they're all hanging out with Patrick Stewart.
And he has Alzheimer's.
He has Alzheimer's. No,
And he keeps having death seizures that causes everyone around him to suffocate.
And every now and again, he's just a wee bit insane.
a wee bit insane.
As you do when you
He
have
killed the
Alzheimer's.
X-Men, we discover later on.
He killed the X-Men.
Which is a nice little thing for Old Man Logan, if anybody's read it, where Wolverine kills the X-Men.
When under like a hallucination or whatever. But what I really liked is they never come out and say it, they just keep hinting at it.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
at
yeah.
one point you hear it on the radio, like an accident at the Chesterfield mansion or whatever that ended with Westchester mansion that ended with the incapacitation of 800 people and the deaths of nine.
What was it? 9 X-Men, and it cuts off.
Yeah.
No, it just says 9 people and then
No, it says X-Men.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It says 9 of the X, and Logan
Yeah.
knocks it off.
But like
Also, there's something in this, the idea that there's no more mutants because, what was it again?
they put it in the water. There was something in the water.
No, they put it in...
Xander Rice had been adding like gene suppressants into like the world's food, like processed food, to order to weed out the mutant genes.
Which is great, because you see this in what the black guy is saying. I don't
the corn
remember
syrup.
the
When he's
corn
talking
syrup.
about the corn syrup.
Yeah.
And every time we get to like a big city, they're promoting this big like monster, like a drink like that.
Yeah.
And that's obviously the one that did it. And it's called Hypnosis, I think, or something like that. Hypno.
Yeah.
You see it in the background of almost every shot. I didn't notice it the first time around, but the second time watching it, you notice it in every shot.
I noticed the sign a few times.
It's in like every shot. Even when Logan's in the bar, on the television in the background, it shows them growing the corn.
Yeah.
It's subtle little things, but it is amazing.
Wow.
When
I
put
did
together.
not notice that.
I didn't notice the first time either.
Wow.
When I came back around, even the X-23 is drinking it when she freaks out on that guy
Yeah.
with the Pringles.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's
That's
so good.
amazing.
I like how Xander Rice got killed mid-sentence.
Yeah.
I just like
No
Xander
villain
Rice. He's in
monologuing.
the middle of a monologue, and then Mr. Harpoon starts monologuing himself, and Logan just takes out a handgun, shoots Xander through the throat. And
Yeah,
then
by the way, we didn't pick up a man's name, so he's known as like Mr. Rowboat Harpoon guy.
the leader of the
Yeah,
Reavers.
he's
Mr.
Ash
Harpoon.
from... He's young Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Ash wasn't Texan. Check your
Was
Google.
he?
No, he wasn't. But Mr. Harpoon Man was Texan.
Mr. Harpoon Man.
He was just
It's the guy from Narcos,
Oh, yeah.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
Narco
right.
guy.
As we were
He was
like,
just running around all, hello children, it's me, Mr. Harpoon Man, I'm going to take you back to my jungle gym.
They call him Harpoon Man, but he's not the guy who uses the harpoon. For
He
clarity,
uses a harpoon gun at one point, he shoots it through Logan's thigh.
yeah.
is that him?
Yeah.
For clarity,
He's
to
the
the
only one who
audience,
isn't dead yet.
my favorite two scenes are the ones with the harpoons.
They use harpoons a lot.
At one stage,
Twice.
they're like, "Stop shooting at her! It's not going to work. She healed."
And at that point, I thought, okay, so she's 11, so they're not going to actually hurt her. They're just going to keep going like, oh no, we can't shoot her because she'll heal. Because so we'll just constantly miss her.
No violence on a little girl. Harpoon gun through the chest.
Full on fucking impaled with
He used his leg.
No, it was through
True
two
expert.
Shit, yeah, sorry. I was,
An 11-year-old girl in a Western film in the year 2017 gets impaled with a fucking harpoon through the chest
That's
and then
good.
slowly pulls it out of her sternum.
Alright, let's start from the start of the film. How visceral is that scene where those guys are just attacking Logan?
Okay, so
Like, it's proof of how old and weak
we
he's got.
fangirled so hard, but
No, it isn't though. I'm so confused by that scene because we're a bunch of. So first of all, it's like we're a bunch of Mexican criminals.
See,
we're gonna
we're gonna shoot you, homie.
We're cholos and we're gonna steal the platinum off your
we're gonna
wheels,
sell it to
Holmes.
stuff in Hell's Kitchen.
Probably. And then he comes out and he's like, hey guys, what are you doing? And they shoot him and he's like, yeah, we have shotguns. We're crazy. We just killed a guy. We don't even care. And then
See.
he gets up.
Senor.
He gets up and he's like, okay,
We're
seriously,
sorry.
you don't want to do this. And they're like,
No, he gets up angry. He's like,
yeah, instead of going, oh shit, this man just survived a point-blank shotgun blast to the chest, is now gotten up and seems angry at us, we should probably leave. They go, we're gonna beat this guy up with
we're gonna shoot
pipes.
you, homie.
We're gonna no more shooting. We're just gonna hit you with pipes, Holmes. And then he pulls out
Knife hands.
He pulls out the knife hands, cuts a guy's arm off. His arm hits the ground and pulls the trigger of the gun, and a machine pistol shoots up the car. Then he pops both claws, and instead of going, "Oh Jesus Christ, run for your lives," all four of them just go, "Let's beat him
There's
up
like
with
15
pipes."
guys.
There's four.
There's definitely more than 4.
There's about 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I felt like an awful lot more than 5 guys.
Yeah.
But there's. I'm sorry. There's 4 people in that scene.
Sure. I
He
think-
kills 3 of them, and the 4th one runs away.
Okay.
There's definitely 4 of them. But my problem is, he kills 3 of them before one of them starts running.
Also,
like, he goes full on berserker, impales a guy, and instead of running away, they go, I'm gonna hit you with a
They
pipe.
have to show
You've
that they're going like it's Logan, but he can cut people up, and you're just like, oh,
I know,
this
but-
is the movie I have been waiting for.
You watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Was one of them Mac's dad from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I could swear I saw the guy who plays Mac's dad. You know, the one who's in prison?
Yeah.
I could swear I saw him in there at some stage.
Oh, probably.
Like wearing the bandana with the eye scar and stuff like that.
It's amazing.
So good.
Oh, it's so good.
After that, we find out Wolverine's been driving a limo
guys,
down by the border.
If you like haven't seen it, and why are you listening to us if you haven't? I mean, you know.
Why do you listen to us in general? We're not very good. The
We
quality's
can't
not
explain
great.
it in words. Just go see it.
It's normally just us insulting Lemony Snicket and making reference to other shows
You're
that are
not
better
the
than
one
us.
that insults Lemony Snicket.
We're all thinking.
Another thing I liked about Logan, taking him off Lemony Snicket, another
Yeah,
thing I
thank
liked
God.
about
Lemony
Logan
Snicket.
was that it seemed to respect its audience. Like,
Yeah.
it kept doing stuff without, like, it kept implying stuff without saying stuff. Like, it never outright says, Logan's healing factor isn't working well anymore, so the adamantium skeleton
No,
is
small
beginning
reveal
to
throughout
kill
the film.
him.
Yeah.
Instead, they go, his healing factor isn't working anymore. Adamantium is poisonous. He's dying from something. But none of those things are laid out, they're just shown.
Yeah.
And we're...
Like, you have to be paying
yeah.
attention to pick up on it. Like,
You
know.
figure
Yeah,
out-
like the corn syrup thing.
Yeah.
Once again, it's one of these things.
Like, hence,
upon
I
rewatching it,
slept through the
holy
whole
shit.
film. I clearly did not pick that up.
No, fucking second time around, I'm like, oh, it's literally
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah.
You figure out why he's dying
Yeah.
with the evidence that they imply or show, and I like that.
Also, there's a great callback to X-Men Origins, the worst Wolverine movie, with the adamantium bullet, where he's planning to kill himself or else get rid of the pain by forgetting.
Kill himself.
I think
Now they've kind of fucked up their continuity a small bit, because everyone's going to think, wait a minute, Origins is accounted, but it isn't, because they fucked up that continuity.
I like to think it's partially true
Yeah.
because of the way
Wait.
the timeline got rewritten.
yeah,
You
maybe
could do like a 300 on it and have some guy
So,
telling it and
is that
completely
meant to be-
fucking up the story the whole time.
Is that meant to be the adamantium? Does that adamantium bullet, is that meant to have come from Stryker?
I think it's the last bullet that Stryker didn't fire before the wife stops him.
Yeah, he shot him through the, like...
Female Silver Fox, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silver Fox. There's
Wait a minute, what Silver Fox is able to do? He's a hit. No, I'm sorry. It's X-Men related, I can say it.
fuck the X-Men.
Silver Fox, he's a hit with the ladies because he's able to emit pleasure.
Oh my god, that is the best mutant power. After Dazzler,
Yeah.
And it's
that is the
Silver
best
Fox's
mutant power
power.
ever.
Like, honestly, like, the whole mutation thing, I can understand why they'd want to stop random mutation, because it fucks so many people over.
After seeing all
Yeah.
those children murder those highly trained soldiers, I'm kind of on board with getting rid of the mutants.
You wanted to get rid of the mutants in the first
Yeah, but then I came
Fair.
against it, and now I'm on board
I
again.
convinced you against it.
I totally get what, like, I think Xander Rice was right in that part, because with his way, you know, there's no young, you know, girl from the bayou who can't touch people without killing them.
Yeah.
And there's no, you know, Mr. Albino who's burned by sunlight. You know.
Yeah, but the mutants he does create are way more dangerous.
Yeah, but only because he's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's a real dickhead, that guy.
He's a real dickhead.
And also, none of those mutants have powers that, like, fuck them over.
True.
Also,
Well, except Electrical Kid. He'll just like touch something and taser it.
I think he has to focus to do that.
Ah,
I mean, really, a great superpower for him would be cardio.
Fuck you, man.
you're so mean.
After all the things I've said, that is the most offensive anybody has said.
I'm not calling him fat, I'm calling him slow. Because when he was running through the forest, he was lagging behind.
Fucking adorable.
He was lagging behind.
Oh,
You see, I
I'm
forgot.
Dodie.
I thought he was the guy who was an earthbender. At some stage, I'm like, he's just going to roll into a little rock ball and roll off, isn't he? It's going to be adorable. No, he just hits the floor.
That's offensive.
Boom.
Okay, can we talk about the acting in this?
It was good, yeah. It was-
Fuck it, everyone was real good.
I don't think there was any bad performances in there. Even the characters who only had one or two scenes.
Except
Yeah.
the kids. The kids, apart from X-23, weren't very good.
For child actors,
For
they
child
were
actors,
child
they
actors,
were
they
perfectly
were.
acceptable.
Yeah.
There was no yippee.
There was one stage where it's like, hey, can I get one of those? Yeah, sure, here, take it. It cuts to Wolverine straight away. I'm like, oh, thank God, don't stay on the campfire scene. Oh, it's real bad.
I don't remember that.
They brought back like the one.
It's like
child.
throwaway.
No,
It's just like,
I like how they did a bad job of it. Because it's just kids doing it with scissors. It's like a really nasty mutton chop, and he's still got a load of hair over like his chin and his nose and his lip, and like it's uneven.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
Also, there's one thing I want to bring up, and I want your opinion on it, because I know you disliked it beforehand. The X-Men comics existing in the world of the movie
I'm okay with it now.
works way better, right?
Yeah, it was dumb in the trailer, but now I'm okay with it because like it's understandable that given that like the fact that he points at this thing and says this did happen, but not like
Like
that.
a quarter of this happened, and if it did not like this.
But when he points at like a specific adventure and saying it happened, it's
I
like
was kind of
okay.
hoping he was going to look at it and just go, "Why the fuck did they give me yellow spandex?"
Also, I like how one of the issues was because a lot of X-Men die in this movie and in all movies.
Yeah.
One of the issues you see they're actually at a funeral, and you see Colossus, Wolverine, and Cyclops all dressed up in suits.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that's Jean Grey's funeral after X-Men 3. Because that would have been the lineup.
But X-Men
when
3
Scott was dead. Wait, did X3 happen now?
No, because Jean was still alive.
Jean
at
is
the end
still
of
alive
days.
at
Oh,
the
right,
end.
never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean Dark Phoenix never happens, or he just doesn't murder her?
Dark Phoenix. See, that's the thing.
Or does it just mean it didn't happen yet?
Yeah,
Or maybe he
that's the
saved
thing,
her.
because it didn't happen in the future segment after Days of Future Past, but then at the end of Apocalypse, she steps out and she's able to use her Phoenix powers.
Which means somehow they're going to get rid of the Phoenix without killing her because they got the Game of Thrones actress who's real good.
Sorry. Sorry, but whenever
X-Men theme.
whenever I hear that show mentioned, I kind of can't stop doing the theme song.
Did you ever hear the like Peter Dinklage intro? Where it's just some one guy just going Peter Dinklage,
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Also, we mentioned
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Oh, I just had a great idea. Well, you know how in the Snyder movies he's doing gritty reboots of Superman characters, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
KG Beast.
We mentioned Mr. Mix-a-Spit-a-Pitalix, got it right, earlier. How great would Peter Dinklage be in that role?
Silence. Just
Everyone in the audience is contemplating it. Fucking amazing.
Just so you know, me and John just looked at each other. You know?
Oh, it's real good.
why would you cast Peter Dinklage in that role, Jack?
What the fuck is he in Pixels?
Hey,
Thank you.
everybody needs a paycheck once in a while, alright?
Not when you're making Game of Thrones money.
True, but you know the reason, like, in Season 6 of Game of Thrones, I'm just gonna hijack the podcast for a second. I had a real problem with, one of my biggest problems with Season 6 of Game of Thrones.
Are we spoiling? Are we spoiling? I am way behind.
I haven't finished Season 6 either.
I won't
so-
spoil anything.
Yeah.
One of my major problems with Season 6 is that Tyrion is in basically every episode and never does anything until, like, the last one. Because Peter Dinklage is worth so much money, they had to give him a certain amount of screen time in order to, like, afford it.
justify paying for him. It's like Robert Downey Jr. If you're putting Robert
But none
Downey
of his-
Jr. in a movie, you have to pay the big bucks. Might as well give him most of the movie.
Yeah.
But none of his scenes are good until, like, the last episode. Like, there's one scene, no spoilers, but there's a scene where it's just him, Miss Sandy, and Grey Worm, and they're telling jokes, and it's cringy and bad, and he's drunk, but not in a funny way, or not in a, like, a dramatic way. It's just, like, you're watching it going, we could be watching Stannis right now, but you had to kill him off, didn't you, you bastards?
Where's Robert Baratheon when you need him?
How far behind are you?
Pretty far behind.
He's not dead in the books, don't worry about it. But
Anyway, speaking of alcoholism, back to Logan.
You just like, what about people who haven't seen Game of Thrones? Want to watch
Yeah,
it?
we ruined it for the four members.
Fuck the show, read the books.
Books are for nerds. Ask Lemony Snicket.
Read the books. Read the book.
We've
Ignore him.
already
Read the books.
insulted JR.
We'll never insult J.R.R. Tolkien.
I
He's a
never
great
said.
writer.
Yeah, I fucked up. Sorry.
You don't know what you're talking about. I haven't actually read Lord of the Rings.
Apparently I was sleeping the other night and someone told me I was was just saying the ring, so apparently I was talking in my sleep.
And with jokes like that, why do we have such a little audience? It's just...
Yeah, we're just terrible. Anyway, back to Logan.
Well, hang on. We're doing cruddy humor. Hey!
No! Shut up, John. I
So,
never read one of them.
So, a couple nights ago, my girl called me up. She said, hey, come over. Nobody's home. So I went over. Nobody was home. I tell you, it gets no respect. And that's my Rodney Dangerfield. I'm here every Friday, folks.
I thought you were going to do a setup to a bad joke, so it was just a weak. It was a weak impression. Actually, it wasn't a weak impression. It was a good enough impression.
That's a pretty good Rodney Dangerfield.
Meanwhile, I was trying to think of a cheesy Logan joke.
I tell you, it gets no respect.
Anyway,
Did you know
Logan.
that
See, Wolverine tried to be in the Avengers at one stage, but Fox had a clause in his contract, so he couldn't.
Did you know that Again, it's but Why do you keep going?
Yeah.
Why is it that every time you do that, it's ba-dum-ch? That's
There.
better.
Yeah,
That it?
yeah, it's
Like,
better.
what's harder? The ba-dum should be the easy bit. That's the bit that doesn't require any complicated noises. It's just ba-dum.
Okay, guys.
Back to Logan.
It's
One
like
more
you're
time.
bad and dumb.
Back to Logan. So yeah, it's good movie, good
I'm offended,
stuff.
John, I'll be honest. I
Okay,
never
Logan.
thought I'd get this
Like,
from you.
Logan.
I appreciate it from all angles. I mean, good screenwriting. It's not
Visually, just fucking
visually
stunning.
beautiful.
Oh my
beautiful.
I like how of all the characters from Days of Future Past that could have had, it was Caliban. I mean, from
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Which means he's like 60 in that movie, or
Yeah.
70.
I'd say he's about 80 or 90 by
Yeah.
that point. Because he was like that age in the 70s, and
Yeah.
now it's 2029.
But it's X-Men, so
Apocalypse
nobody
was in
ages
the
normally.
80s.
But Caliban is meant to be a weird mutant. Like, I imagine slow healing is one of his powers. I mean,
He
slow,
Slow aging.
couldn't heal his face.
slow aging.
He got Harvey Dent right up.
It was definitely, it had gone to boils by the time he died.
No, that
Yeah.
face was still pretty fucked up. Yeah, I know it was a ball, but fuck,
Well,
that was
maybe
gross.
slow aging, but not slow healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway.
Whoops.
Or fast healing.
Yeah, so like I mean, it's just like it was just a good overall movie. I mean, like we could nitpick things here and there, but
Like
we don't.
there's one stage where
Like my Rodney Dangerfield.
shut up, Robin.
Romney Dangerfield.
Romney.
I think I had a stroke while trying to shut you off. Anyway, there's one scene
So
where
mean.
Logan. It's fine. I know. No, it's not fine. It's
No,
offensive.
it's
I'm
not
so
fine.
sorry.
It's
I'm really apologetic. But there's a scene where we see this woman, and she has a video for Logan on her phone saying, she's like, in case I die, I need you to watch this. And
Yeah,
it
when-
explains everything. But
She never says that.
it's something along those
Something
lines.
along
If you're
the lines.
watching
We're
this,
not
I'm
being
dead.
specific.
Yeah, I know,
Tom.
but I mean, she never says that to him. He just goes, I guess I'll just start looking at videos on her phone and hope I'll find one that's
Yeah, but
addressed
she
to me.
says, this is your daughter. Well, no, she doesn't. She says
Yeah,
she's
what?
related to you or something
Yeah,
like that.
either X-23 knew to give them the phone, or
It was-
He found the phone.
he found the phone.
He opens up the cabinet and takes it out.
I mean, had Logan
looking
lit-
for money, like, but
when she put the money away, had Logan had just not looked at her, none of the plot happened.
Yeah.
Logan just fucks
Yeah, but
right
like
off
as
right
you were
there.
saying, like first of all, getting all the footage for that must have been a pain in the fucking
Yeah.
ass. And she also probably sat there just editing the video throughout the night.
She was like in the Mexican version of Area 51, like recording right up in people's face with a phone.
yeah, I'm surprised no one noticed that.
Especially when the weird British doctor guy, who's the son of the man who
Xander
made Logan-
Rice.
Xander Rice.
Hello here there, I'm English and I'm wearing a greatcoat, so I'm here to be the villain of the film.
When's-
And then he just shoots him through the throat, and it's great.
It's me, Xander Rice. We can't treat the children any nicer than they're already being treated. No Halloween
sorry,
costumes, no kissing on the boob. She records right up next to that conversation.
Yeah.
It's a perspex glass, and she's literally holding
Yeah.
the phone
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
face. She's like,
Did he
And she
say
never- he
that
never
his
notices.
father was in the Weapon X program?
Yeah, to run it, right?
and then Logan says, yeah, I think I remember your father. It's quite likely. I think I killed him.
You did.
And he just goes, yeah, you did. Just like, he's not angry, it's just kind of awkward. It's like,
Also,
yeah.
I feel like do we get reference to that guy in the original X-Men Origins? Like whoever.
I don't think so. I don't
The guy's father
recall
is.
the name Rice.
Then why not make him Dr. Kilbrew instead?
Because Kilbrew is a stupid name.
Kilbrew's a great name. It is the best. So Kilbrew is not a stupid name, but Kilbrew is.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, for the rest of the podcast, you can't notice it, but I'm the only one talking right now, and they're just kind of zoned out and gone on their phones.
Sorry, I've got shit through. I have to leave in a few minutes. So.
All right, we gotta wrap it up.
Gotta wrap it up.
Holy
I'm
shit,
sorry.
Logan is maybe the best superhero movie released in the last 5 years? That'd be fair to say.
Come on. I like the Marvel movies.
The Marvel movies are amazing. So,
Yeah.
Civil War was spectacular last year.
Yes.
But is this better?
I'm not surprised if this will be this year's movie. Although, I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I can't wait for that. I'd say probably this will probably be this year's movie.
It's going to be weird going into any other superhero movie after seeing this. And it gets the level of grittiness just right. Or if you look at a Zack
It's
Snyder
not a
or one.
superhero movie. That's the thing. It doesn't feel like one. You know, it's just,
There's no heroics, for example.
there's no heroics.
It's the Dark Knight thing where it's a superhero story in the real world and you feel the impact of that. Where it's gritty, it's more realistic without being stupid and dark like Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
Which is just
Exactly.
taking it too far. Even though Batman vs. Superman is the greatest movie ever
It's
made.
very grounded. You know?
And most of the
It's like-
most of the humor, which kept it from going too dark, most
Yeah.
of the humor came from Patrick Stewart swearing.
yeah.
is the humor undercut the tone of one or two scenes?
No, I felt it was just sort of...
There's one scene where where they're burying Patrick Stewart because obviously they killed Professor
He dies.
X.
Patrick Stewart dies. He dies in the film.
We didn't even talk about the clone. We'll get to the clone in a second, but
There's a clone, and
there's an evil clone. It's real good.
There's a clone of Wolverine that has Liev Schreiber's haircut.
And he kills Professor X.
And he has Liev Schreiber's beard. He's made to look like Liev Schreiber in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and he has yellow. He is like a Geralt from The Witcher eyes, like cat eyes, and I love it so much. He was so good. I loved him.
That scene is like that scene when he attacks the farmhouse. It's just like a horror film.
Yeah.
The lighting is like Jason with his like hockey mask and machetes attacking.
Like every good horror film, the black guys die first.
Actually, technically, in that scene, the white guy dies first.
Well,
Charles gets one through the chest.
He doesn't die.
Doesn't die just yet. He dies in the truck.
He outlives the black.
What did
demon.
Charles say in the first two times? I still haven't heard it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't understand what his last words were.
No, actually, I didn't. If anyone knew what his last words were, could you tweet it to us, please? You'll find you'll find our Twitter in the description as well. You know,
just slowly reaching up and going, "Why did I stop taking that magic leg heroin?"
Mutants.
Oh, also, yeah.
Am I right?
Yet another X-Men movie where Charles Xavier's problems are all solved by an injectable drug.
Oh yeah.
Like, seriously, why is it in this X-Men universe, like, the serum that makes Wolverine heal better?
Super Soldier Serum.
The Super Soldier Serum that makes Wolverine heal better. The drug that stops Mr. Xavier from having weird psychic seizures. Why is it that all of his problems are solved with...
the Statue of Liberty, Logan.
Why are all of his problems solved with magic heroin?
Just get him on drugs.
For the love of God, give this man a dirty deal.
Here's the thing. Here's my theory. X-Men. It's just all a metaphor. It's not a metaphor. Sorry.
We've established there's no metaphors in X-Men.
Yeah, no. It's just
not at
all
it's all
a crazy drug trip created by Professor X.
Oh, that's great. It's just Professor X dealing with his depression for being paralyzed. All of it.
So it's just a crazy drug trip.
First class,
there's no mutants.
First
there's
class
no
is the only one
Magneto.
that actually happens.
Yeah.
First class is the only canon one. After that, he's just, I can walk.
Do you remember that fellow we met in the bar, Eric? He told us to fuck right off. How great would it be if he was in World War I and II?
And Vietnam and Korea and
Have
any
you
other...
seen Mortal Kombat, Eric? What if you fought Baraka?
What if there was a little girl, but she was fucking crazy? What?
And
why is this our Patrick Stewart?
And I was there.
Patrick Stewart talks more like this. It should be, hey, Eric, imagine if there was a little girl and she cut shit right up. That would be fucking dench.
Eric, what if I had been to school? We could open a school, Eric.
In my old house.
It's me, Beast. I'm not. Eric left. He's got. Beast, are you a big blue man now?
Hey, look, it's my good friend Eric Lencher, a Polish man who spent most of his life between Germany and England. Hello, Charles. How are you doing, Charles?
We love you, Michael.
Charles.
Top of the morning to you, Charles. It's me, Polish, German, English friend Eric Lencher.
Charles, it's me, Magneto.
I'm not from Ireland at all. And
I'm struggling with the accent.
The weirdest thing in the world is that when he's trying to do an English accent, he does a bad Irish accent, and he's Irish. It's so bizarre.
It's fucking great.
He's talking like Irish. Like,
Yeah.
His accent says don't use his costume.
I've been at the mercy of men just following orders. Never again. Like,
No,
what are you doing?
No, you're doing your Shay Patrick Cormac impression.
I'm Shay Patrick McCormick.
Also, I just realized something.
Templar and assassin.
I forgot something when we were talking about Apocalypse, and thank you for reminding me. In X-Men Apocalypse, everybody just kind of forgives Magneto at the end. And they're rebuilding the Xavier mansion, and they all share a look like, buddy.
We're buddies again. And there's like,
Eric, it's not like you killed anybody. Get in there.
What about that group of Polish
Professor X is so bad.
Why?
I fucking love it.
It's like the end credit scene for Apocalypse should have just been like Eric and Charles playing chess, and then Charles just goes, "Hey, what about all those Polish police officers who got the spinal cord severed?" Nah, forget about it.
It's fine.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Charles, Everyone knows the X-Men live here now, Charles. You're on board with that. The government knows where you are. It'll be fine, Eric. The man who comes to my school, am I right?
He quotes X2 and is like, I wouldn't want to be the man who looks for trouble in this school. Hey, what if it's like...
Actually, guys, you fucked it up both. I feel a great swell of pity for the poor soul who comes to my school looking for trouble.
Yeah, he quotes that line at the end of Apocalypse. But then Eric should have cut to black and then faded back in with Eric going, you know that surface-to-air missiles exist now, right? I mean, and that Quicksilver kid, I know he's a bit of a Deus Ex Machina, but he's not going to show up every time this place gets blown up.
Do you know how many drones I've had Storm shoot down? It's just lightning. They're not onto us yet. They think it's just bad weather every time.
At which point Eric says, wow, I didn't think we had Predator drones yet, given that it's the late 1970s.
Well, I imagine this is the second time they've had the conversation in the little plastic thing.
Charles, do you really think you can hold me here?
Bond, James Bond.
Charles,
let me out of here, Charles.
Charles, do you really think you can hold me in this prison any longer? No, you're on death row now. Oh, yeah, plastic electric chair. You're not getting out of this one, fucker. And if you try to, they're just going to shoot you this time.
We've all got crossbows this time.
Yeah, at no point are the guards going to go, quick, stop him! They're just going to shoot you. Shoot on sight.
Lots and lots of crossbows.
How do you think you're going to get the lethal injection to me, Charles? It was in your tea. Well played, old friend. Well played.
And it's... Charles, I'm noticing there's an awful lot of metal in your system. Sure, it would be a shame if somebody took it out of you. We've got completely...
Well played, Eric, well played.
It's like the end of a Game of Shadows, where they both know how they're going to kill each other, and going back and forth without doing anything.
At which point Charles grabs him and they throw them both off a waterfall.
Oh, it's so funny to imagine Charles...
Actually, no, he tries to, but he just falls out of his chair.
It's so funny to imagine flailing him.
I forgot. And Eric's just and Eric just sort of picks him up and drops him off the edge.
Fuck's sake, Charles. We talked about this.
Oh my god, seriously though, Logan
Can that be like you two in the future? I just...
Oh yes, because of course I am going to turn into Ian McKellen.
Oh, I don't want to be Patrick Stewart.
Why not? He's cool.
You can be the wheelchair one, let me be the bad guy.
But Patrick Stewart doesn't actually have a wheelchair.
He's pretty charming. I love that guy. Back to Logan. It's real weird to hear him swear, though. Like, he's
sworn before.
Yeah.
He's dropped an F-bomb before.
As James McAvoy.
No, I mean... Oh, you mean Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart is weird to hear Patrick Stewart swearing.
If anyone has ever watched American Dad, then they'll be used to Patrick Stewart swearing, but...
Isn't he... There's a joke in Family Guy, actually, where it's the baby, and it's the inner monologue of the baby, and it's just Patrick Stewart's voice, and it's real good.
Patrick Stewart actually is... I think Patrick Stewart and Seth MacFarlane are friends, because they collaborate with each other a lot.
Plus, Patrick Stewart will just do anything for money, which we see by the poop emoji he's playing in the Emoji Movie.
Actually, I think he just likes being in things.
Yeah, he does it for lols.
Okay, I'm sorry, but Patrick Stewart is in his 70s, and he
75?
Yeah, he's in his 70s. He is a multi-award winning Shakespearean...
I fucking love Patrick Stewart.
Does he have a night show?
Yes.
Yes,
I was about to get to that.
Yeah.
He's a multi-award winning actor, a trained Shakespearean actor, and he's got a fucking knighthood. If he wants to be the poop in the Emoji Movie, he can if he wants to.
He can be as shit as he wants without being shit.
One of the best things I've seen him in is the Ricky Gervais show of Extras.
When he's playing himself.
When he's playing himself, and I fucking love that scene. He's just like, my character from X-Men, you know? It's like, you think of a guy like that, except, I go outside and you see this woman and all her clothes comes off and she's there trying to cover it up, but, I've already seen everything.
Just saying, that plays into my Charles Xavier is a big pervert thing.
Ricky Gervais is just there like,
Gene, come over here a minute, would you? I need your help, Gene. I'm stuck in the wheelchair.
Gene, can you control my phoenix? Look, it's risen again.
Also, I wouldn't be surprised if he has touched Moira McTaggart several times inappropriately and just erased her mind.
He just does the Superman memory wipe kiss like he did at the end of First Class, and she's like, "Sorry, what were we doing?"
Well, I love how smug he is every time he sees her, though. He's like, "Oh, Moira, nice to see you again for the first time."
Because we are strangers and have never met. This is
not at all.
This is, of course, the James McAvoy.
James McAvoy one.
Hello, we have never met before.
Not at all.
This is
C.
spot on.
James McAvoy, who has an insanely strong Scottish accent.
And is listening to the podcast.
Yeah, yes.
Hello,
yes.
James. How are
Hello,
you doing?
James.
You're my favourite
like,
James.
He's able to do like a perfect English accent, and then you're looking at Michael Fassbender. You're like, why, man? I understand you're from Kerry, but come on.
Yeah, fucking Kerry people. Alright, get out of here, Kerry people.
Good, we've now alienated the nation state of Japan and the county of Kerry.
For those who don't know, Kerry is part of Ireland, so...
No. Kerry is not part
Alright, so how many states have we insulted so far? We've insulted Kerry, we've insulted the island of Lemony Snicket, we've insulted
You mean
Japan.
America? I don't
No,
think
I mean,
America-
he's just so big he makes an island at this stage.
He's not.
You're right, that's offensive.
He's
a
not-
continent.
You are a dick.
He's not even that overweight.
He's really not, he's probably in better shape than I am.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Fuck you, man.
We're not getting into this again.
Oh no. Look, I'm feeling some tension in the group here, guys. You know, it just...
Whenever there's tension, just break into the X-Men 90s theme.
That's what I do, and it never solves any of my problems.
Fuck you, Jack.
X-Men. Alright.
Okay.
I'm surprised there was like no Easter eggs in the movie though.
I was kind of glad because they always
I
feel
was
like
sitting there, like, trying to, get in my head, going, like, I'm gonna, like, spot all the Easter eggs, then I'm gonna show these
I
two
don't
up,
get-
and then I'm going, but there isn't any.
Why are all of the mutants dead?
Charles Xavier went all crazy like and
Just
just.
killed 9 of them.
I like to imagine Magneto just died of old age.
Yeah, that
He's
makes
real
sense.
old.
He's just real
A
old.
lot of them lost their powers or died in Last Stand because apparently
Oh,
that
it's
still
fucking,
happened,
like,
kind
some
of,
in
a
happened?
little bit,
Some
kind
of
of little weep out here.
I
and there.
think I think the main theory before the film came out, and I think it would have made more sense if he had one of those seizures while he was in Cerebro.
Cerebro, yeah.
It would have killed every mutant on the planet.
Yeah,
But
it would have
then
been like
you
X2.
wouldn't have Wolverine or any...
Well, Wolverine could survive it.
Yeah.
And X-23 could. It wouldn't explain why Caliban was alive, but we could always just say, oh, Caliban, he's tougher than most. It's why he
just-
could age so slowly
Yeah.
and live so long.
He just had Magneto's helmet because he's a collector.
Yeah, didn't he have correct me if I'm wrong, but did he have an accent in Apocalypse?
I could swear he was speaking in a German accent. I
I'm
might be
pretty
insane.
sure he had an accent
In
in
Apocalypse, he was like,
Apocalypse, yeah.
I didn't know it was Stephen Merchant because he was saying,
Yeah.
oh, hello, Storm, what brings you to my Nosferatu cabin?
Yeah,
and in Logan, he's just like, fucking hell, I'm Stephen Merchant, lads.
Yeah, because like in that doesn't Mystique.
We love you, Steven Merchant.
It's not Mystique, is it? They're in Berlin and they get Archangel and they're like, we need to find more mutant.
It's Nightcrawler.
That's-
Nightcrawler.
and
Nightcrawler.
Mystique. It's Nightcrawler and Mystique go to Caliban.
Yeah, and then after that,
It's
they take Apocalypse to Caliban to find him more horsemen.
Yeah, it's Apocalypse
Because he
Storm
gets
and
what's her name,
Psylocke
Blade.
joins him,
Yeah,
and-
Psylocke. Olivia Munn, who
Olivia Munn Psylocke was working for Caliban.
who looks fucking amazing as Psylocke, but does nothing.
She cuts that car in half. That was a cool shot.
That was a real cool shot. There's a lot of now that I think about Apocalypse, and I've complained about it earlier. There's a lot of cool shots in there. Like where Cyclops
Is it
uses the
like-
heat vision and Storm hits him with lightning at the
It's
same
just
time.
like a case of Watchmen, where you get good pieces here and there, and it's
Yeah,
just
there's
overall
just a lot
doesn't work.
of there's more good pieces in Watchmen.
I know there's more good pieces in Watchmen, but
I've got up the scene where Mystique and Nightcrawler go to Caliban's place now. I'm pretty sure he didn't have an English accent in this film.
This is an expose, a unproductive nerd expose.
yeah.
Bring it closer to the mic.
If you hear this,
Where's the gentleman going, if I may ask?
Don't care.
Is that Stephen Merchant?
Save his life, what he does with it is up to him.
Mystique the mercenary.
That's a French accent.
Wonder how much you pretend to be someone else.
Yeah. That's, I don't think it's Stephen
Actually,
Merchant.
I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. Hang on.
just change the actor.
My God.
They changed.
Unproductive nerd exclusive. It's not Stephen Merchant in both movies.
Why did they make Caliban from French to? Why did they expect no one to notice?
Because they changed the timeline, John. It's fine.
How does that make any sense?
He's French.
The timeline changes from like the 1960s.
They pulled a Magneto on it, and he was French. Now he's English.
He's English, Irish, bloody German, Polish.
Bloody German Polish.
Fighting footlooses and whatnot.
Everybody cut. Dun.
I like the idea he's got the coin in his hand, he's like flicking up and down, walking all real cool. Jeez, Footloose is a much darker movie if you can picture it in a concentration camp.
Oh yeah, especially if Kevin Bacon's character is a Nazi and all the rest of them are Jews. Like,
I gotta teach you all to dance.
Oh my god.
What's that? You've got metal powers. Fucking come over here.
Didn't you do a remake of Footloose a few years back?
actually, do that and call it Flatley's List.
Don't worry, the country.
You just won the
The
podcast.
country already hates Michael Flatley.
And
so,
yes, by
yeah,
the way,
yeah.
After all his trumping around, fuck.
there was
fuck that guy.
a Footloose remake.
Yeah, there
No.
was a Footloose remake, but anyway.
What's the one with
I kind of liked it.
once again? I'm sorry. Who's the guy from Pulp Fiction?
Samuel
Which
Jackson.
one?
God.
John Travolta.
John Travolta. What's the one with John Travolta in a fat suit? Hairspray, is that?
Hairspray.
How fucking great is that?
I still haven't seen that actually.
Oh my! It's a terrible movie, but it is worth watching to see John Travolta in a big fat suit, dressing as a woman and dancing around the place. Oh my god! It's like Mrs. Doubtfire. With,
Okay, so
no, that's good with dancing.
in Age of Apocalypse, French Caliban is portrayed by Thomas Lemarquis.
We see
Oh.
that.
What happened
Muchas gracias.
in Logan? Couldn't they not get him? Or Stephen Merchant came on
Why
saying...
Stephen Merchant though? Why go from French to English if it's the same character with the same outfit and makeup?
Could be his son. Could be Caliban Jr. There's enough
Caliban Jr..
There could be just enough time there that he passed on the mutation and had a son with an English one.
A son with the same name, appearance, power, everything, just the...
Caliban Jr. It's not the stupidest thing that's happened in those movies. We're watching a
That's just
movie
like-
with men with robot arms and hands.
Robot
and-
arms!
What I thought
Robot
weird was, why were so many of the guys in Alkali? Why did so many of them have robot arms?
Yeah.
Because when you're working with those mutant children, you're going to lose a lot of limbs.
But it was all,
That's not a bad point,
like
actually.
their
Yeah, fucking
right
X-23
hand or
takes off
something, you know? It
somebody
was just like...
Actually, yeah. How many
Yeah.
times in that film do Alkali soldiers get their arms cut off?
like
Or frozen and shattered?
Or
You know
like
what
a
they
blade
needed? They
through the
needed that guy
bicep.
from X3.
If they just had the guy from X3, every time like X-23 has a tantrum, gets his arm cut off, it regrows instantly until eventually like Richter comes up, kicks him in the balls, and goes, grow those back.
Speaking of ball shots, there's a scene, and I think, is it in the intro? If I'm
It's
not wrong.
the fight in the barn, I think.
No, X-23 does it.
Yeah, the fight in the fight in the like farm.
Yeah.
When the first time we see X-23 with her calls and she's in like a fight, she stabs one guy, she headshots another, and she turns to the third guy and just crotch shots him with the blades.
Granted,
Cut
John
away.
called it. You called it with the foot claws, though.
I thought it would happen with the foot claws, but I still called that.
I'm
Then foot claw the man in the neck. which is
Delighted
amazing.
she had foot claws.
Oh,
Like,
at one point, she's being carried
Oh.
by a guy, so she kills him by shanking him in the back with her.
Is that
foot
the
claws.
only time we see the foot claws?
no,
she
we
foot
see
claws
her.
a lot.
Like,
Does
she's
she?
like flying around and doing her
You see,
somersaults and flips and.
I've always been against the foot claws because I think they look ridiculous in the comics. Like,
Yeah.
just stupid as hell. I don't know if it's how they're drawn or how they're
Impractical.
used, but fuck, they look cool in the movie.
And when like used in like a film where you can see every movement,
Yeah.
you can actually understand why they work.
They're like the Joker's
and
shoes with knives
They
in them.
kind of explain why she has them, although
Well, they do that whole
It's
explanation.
kind of ham-fisted when they
Yeah.
kind of push it in there. He's like, it's because of the gender.
lions.
But you're
Female
just
Lions, Logan.
He's called the fucking Wolverine.
Lions.
Well, we all know that it's a dumb name, and it comes from an ancient Native American.
Cuckoo got screwed.
But Cuckoo Cachoo got screwed by the moon. That story.
best
But
story
at the end,
ever.
he turns around and goes, like, all along, you've been the trickster. And he goes, who's the moon?
Who's Cuckoo Cachoo? Are you the moon?
Logan, are you the moon?
Is Victor Cuckoo
You're on the
Cachoo?
moon.
Yeah. Oh my god. His last words were, Logan, shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon.
It's when he's talking about how he's a disappointment. Logan, you're a disappointment. You should have been the moon. You said you were the moon, Logan.
You went Ringo Starr.
Yeah,
Logan, why aren't you the moon?
What are you
said
doing,
you'd be
Logan? You're too moody.
You said you'd be the moon.
Bloody hell, Logan.
Bloody hell, Logan, why aren't you the moon?
Bloody hell, Logan. Get up in the sky.
His last word, Logan, you were the trickster the whole time. I was the moon.
And Charles
Why did
Xavier
you
just
try
flies
to
up into
screw-
the sky. Turns into the moon.
He starts floating into the air. It's like that bit in Kung Fu Panda where Master Oogway turns into the peach petals. Why did you try to screw the moon, Cuckoo Cachoo?
Alright, let's
I'm
then he just fades
thinking
in.
of I'm thinking of like the Avatar Last Airbender, where like
and what's her face?
Yeah.
what's her face?
My girlfriend turned to the moon. That's rough, buddy.
That's the fucking bit. Sokka, that poor guy just got no luck.
Zuko's line is really weird, but what would you say in that scenario? He's just like, oh, my last girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
I always hated the character of Zuko, and after rewatching it, I fucking love him.
He gets so good once they move to the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah.
So good. That
Once
whole
he grows,
progression.
After he moves his hair out, after he grows his hair out, he becomes a good character.
That character has a great progression throughout the show. Alright, now let's get to it. How fucking good was the ending?
I love.
Oh, when she starts quoting the cowboy movie, I started crying, and then when she turned the cross into an X, I cried harder.
Jack teared up. John started crying. I'm there like, this is real fucking sad.
Keep in mind, this is my second time seeing it.
Yeah.
First time I cried as well.
Soul
2 in a row.
I didn't cry.
Soulless
I'm
demon.
not. Yeah, I'm not saying. That ending was sad, and I don't understand why these two cried. I know why these two cried, but I was sitting there like, I can't cry. Why am I not crying? I'm like,
but his last word.
oh shit, I'm dead inside.
So that's what it feels like.
The best thing is, that can mean anything for him. It can mean, this is what it's like to have a family. This is what death is like.
Yeah, this is what it's like to die.
This is what Charles was talking about. This is love. This is great.
Alternatively,
fuck, this is death. This is
alternatively, he just thought to himself, oh, I just shat myself and pissed at the same time. So that's what that feels like. Because apparently, when you get impaled, your bowels sort of release. So I just shat myself and pissed at the same time. So that's what that feels like.
Those poor kids having to carry Wolverine's bloody and shit covered body.
You guys just ruined it.
Actually, yeah. When the human body dies, the bowels release. So every time you're watching a dramatic death scene in a film, it happens every time. Every time you've ever seen a sad death scene, it's like the moment the camera's cut away, it just goes... Unless they explode.
Oh my god, how funny is the scene from X-Men Apocalypse? Prometheus holding his dead wife and daughter.
And then, is this what you want? Why did you do this to me? Like yelling at God. No, this makes it so much worse.
So juvenile.
He's just shaking his fist. He's shaking his fist at God and saying, "Why did you design us to do this?"
When Jean Grey is at the fetus,
when he impales her with the 2 claws,
he holds her in his arms.
Jean,
you guys are just the 2 or 10-year-olds.
Alright, back to the ending. No more shit.
Sorry, if I may quote Robert Baratheon for a moment. They never tell you how they all shit themselves. They never put that in the songs. It's true. The human body shits itself.
I know it does, but oh my god.
Oh, the smell's trying to hose out that silver samurai costume.
Oh yeah, he impales the silver samurai with the adamantium sword, and then.
Oh my god, you know what?
I apologize, guys. They are being 6-year-olds right now. This is not humor.
Well, no, all our jokes are shit. This time it's just better.
It's literally shit.
Yeah.
In Star Wars, the reason that Obi-Wan Kenobi turns into nothing the moment Vader's saber hits him is because otherwise it would have been.
Okay, I got it. Back to Last Stand. When Charles Xavier is turned to dust, some of that dust is just shit.
You wouldn't tell the difference.
Oh my god.
Everyone in the room just got shit dust in the face.
You know what? I think this is a good point where we're going to finish.
That's a good album name. Face full of shit dust.
They're getting out of hand.
Sorry, back to the ending. Let me just get to it. The scene that broke me, because I'm kind of tearing up. She's quoting the cowboy movie. Logan's dead. This is what it feels like. He's finally got his ending. He was created in Canada. He died in Canada. This was his last
That's
stand.
a good point. He was born in Canada.
And he came home to die. And as he's laying there, and as they put the grave down, there's a little cross, and they all say little words, and they walk off.
And X-23...
She stops. She turns around, comes back, gets the cross, turns it on its side, and puts it in the ground to make the X.
As an X. And then it's just like a 10-second shot of just his grave with the X over it. And then Johnny cashes when the man comes around.
I think that was a bit too light-hearted all of a sudden, though.
It was perfect.
Fuck, that was good.
That kind of killed him too soon.
It's what
it was the same way when he attacked the truck. After the scene where Charles dies, I was going to make this point earlier, but we got sidetracked, which we always do. After the scene where Charles dies and they bury him, there's a real emotional moment where they hold hands and stuff like that.
And then he starts smashing the truck.
Yeah, he walks up and starts smashing the truck. And I'm like, alright, yeah, he gets his rage out. But it goes from the somber moment to to what is kind of a comedic moment
Yeah,
where he's just
yeah.
slapping it with a shovel.
It's meant to be darkly funny and also sort of...
But it
pathetic.
undercuts the tone of the scene slightly.
Yeah.
It's a good scene, but it undercuts it that little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm just saying,
I
like, it just
think
undercuts it a bit.
I liked it because it's sort of saying, you know, Wolverine is a man who never has troubles working out his anger, and here's the scene: Charles has died, and there's nothing for him to hit. So it's for the first time, maybe not for the first time, but for one of the first times in these films, we've seen him with impotent rage.
I would have loved to have
There's
just
nothing
seen
for
him
him to
go
direct
up and just dig the claws into the truck and break down crying. That would have done it for me.
No, not crying. Crying's too far. He's 200 years old. He's way too emotionally dead inside to cry ever.
The adamantium's is taking the emotions right out of him, like
Just
Rhiannon,
soaks up
who
the
didn't
tears.
cry at the end.
Yeah, adamantium poisoning causes your tear ducts to slowly close, and it is incredibly painful. But he wouldn't cry.
I'm secretly X-23, you know?
That's what the foot claws were about.
Can we talk about how good her actress was?
Fuck,
Like,
Oh my God.
I was
She
convinced.
emoted so
I
much.
thought the reason that she'd be mute is because child actors are always terrible.
Yeah, they're
so
not very good. Shut
don't
them
give
up.
her, don't give her any dialogue. And then she starts talking, and I was like, oh shit, she can act. Oh no, she's
Why'd you go, oh no, she's a threat to me now.
she's talented. We need to take her down before she
What
becomes
an
too
age we're
powerful.
living in. We have child actors that can actually act. I mean, like Stranger Things, and now
Who's hyped for
this.
Stranger Things season 2? That
Still
was-
need to
We
watch
are
season
sitting
one.
in and we are binging that shit
I
Halloween.
am up for that.
Yes.
Is that Halloween?
Yeah,
Holy shit,
I might
yes.
be free.
yeah, we're binging.
You're in 6th year,
that
John.
shit.
You won't be free. I'm kidding. I'm 6th year. Of course we're free. I'm doing this right now. I should be home studying. I've got a biology free
education,
Monday
guys.
morning. First thing. Fuck it.
I got a
Fuck
French. I
education.
got like French oral exam Monday morning.
Hey, I wrote 25 pages for my 2 English papers, so I will take
I
that.
should probably be studying for a German oral, but fuck that, right?
Shut up, John. You're in 5th year.
Yeah, fuck it. You're studying, am I right?
Oh, hang on, let me just do my best.
I got
teacher
18
voice.
in it.
Now, you know most of the work is done in 5th year.
The
You know
key-
that,
Got
don't
my
you?
fucking
The key to a good 6th year is doing a great 5th year.
Guys,
and I know
we're
there's some of
sorry.
you who are not going to be
We're
working.
teenagers shit talking about school on the internet. I apologize majorly.
Back to shit jokes.
Please no. Don't do that, please. It's not humor.
I have one more, because they're real funny in my mind. You know when the jet explodes in Age of Apocalypse?
It's a shower, it's an avalanche.
No, it wipes out Havoc. Not Havoc, who's Scott's brother?
Havoc.
Oh, it is
Havoc.
Havoc. When it wipes out Havoc, nobody else is there and sees it, but Quicksilver is there moving at super speed.
And he just
so the
sees
sound
it.
of Havoc shitting himself is played in slow motion. Is like as the explosion takes
I don't think that happens.
What if
The kid's
Havoc...
vaporized.
What if Havoc didn't get vaporized? He just got like impaled through the head by a bit of debris, and his body got thrown backwards so fast that Quicksilver didn't see it. So as the explosion filled the room, he was just in the far side where no one could see him shitting himself.
Oh my god!
I'm just not happy with both of you.
Look at Agent
I'm
Cole.
not happy. You guys have degraded yourself.
I've got one more.
I'm
Go.
not
That was the last. Let me just make a point.
No, Jack.
Can you
No.
imagine?
No.
Can you imagine?
No.
It's my favorite thing about playing Assassin's Creed. I like to imagine every time I go on a murder rampage, it's just
No, John.
the Borgia guards
No.
come out to the streets of Rome and go,
No.
oh,
Guys,
they
literally, I am
shot
just
themselves.
here to keep the two of them on track.
I know,
Like,
picture-
that's the
picture-
only reason I'm here.
Oh fuck! What was I? I had a really good one.
No. Okay.
Fuck! I lost it. I had a great
Guys,
one.
we
Land
need...
before
we need
time.
we-
Don't worry, Littlefoot. Though you won't see me, I will always
No.
be here. And she's an apatosaurus,
No.
so it's just like a fucking truckload.
No, God. Martha and Thomas Wayne after being shot, and Bruce is just there in the alleyway.
No!
No.
He's brought into the police station.
Shut the fuck
He's
up,
covered
both of
in
you.
shit.
Shut up.
If that had been in his internal monologues,
I apologize, guys.
I fight so that
They're
no
gone.
child.
I can't control them anymore.
I fight so
They're
that
gone.
no child will ever have to be covered in its
This is
parents'
not
blood and
humor.
shit because of some thug without
We've
job.
degraded
Bruce.
ourselves to shit humor.
No, Master Bruce. Let's get you cleaned up. I'm just wiping the shit off.
And Jim Gordon putting the coat over him, but like turning his face away because the smell's so.
Harvey was like,
So,
you're not getting
since I
that
can't really bring him back,
You know that scene in Dark Knight Returns where Alfred
I'm
has a
going
stroke?
to give Logan a good old,
Oh, 9
you know,
out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Nine,
You know,
9 out of 10.
I apologise
Fuck,
for
it was
all
good.
jokes leading up to this point. They've They've been terrible.
They've been real shit jokes. Crappy puns and whatnot.
You've like. I'm so disappointed in you two now.
Now, if I may just round us all out for just one moment. I tell you, I get no respect. The day I was born, the doctor came out. My dad was in the waiting room. He said, "I'm sorry. We did everything he could, but he pulled through all right."
He's gonna do this.
And I tell you, once I was taken.
I'm sorry about the students. Don't listen to him. Listen to me, Charles Xavier.
I tell you, once I was taken hostage. They sent my dad a finger, and he said, "I'm gonna need more proof." I tell you, I get no respect. My doctor gives me no respect. One day I came into him and I said, "Hey, doc."
We're gonna cut this part out for the rest of the audience, just for reference. We're gonna skip ahead because he's gonna do this bit for a while.
Yeah.
"Hey, doc, I need a vasectomy," and he said, "Hey, with a face like yours."
Okay, he stopped. We're back on again.
We're done. Oh.
Holy shit, he went for a very fucking long time.
They actually cut me comedically 5 seconds after I stopped.
Like 10, 15 minutes he went for.
He just kept going.
I think I'm old man Logan. He's been going so long.
Okay, guys.
He cut me after 10 seconds.
So,
Funny guy.
overall, you know, Logan is a brilliant movie.
Best superhero movie I've seen in a very long time.
But of course, we're not going to recommend it because that was a spoiler review. So either it's
You've
ruined,
seen it.
it's either you've seen it or it's ruined for you. So go see it anyway.
Yeah, it's fun. Fuck,
and if you don't actually give a shit about spoilers, just go watch it if you haven't seen it. Like, you know, it's so good.
What we've described, we are not good enough to describe this movie to you. Go see it for yourself.
It is beautiful, and it is not ruined by fucking shit jokes from these two. Okay.
And if you watched the rest of the X-Men movies and said these weren't very good, you're right, they weren't. But Logan is. Yeah. Logan is actually good.
Oh, fuck.
So guys, thank you for listening to us again. As I know I'm going to keep apologizing. I'm so sorry for those.
We are sorry if you have watched this podcast. I will try and edit out some of the shit jokes.
Yes.
No, keep them all in.
Alright, we'll keep them all in. Why the shit not, right?
I'm so sorry. But anyway.
Alright, new rule. No more shit jokes.
No more shit jokes.
And no more shit talking Lemony Snicket.
That is like,
I cannot live by that, good sir.
That is like one of the lowest forms of humor.
That's like asking Bruce Wayne not to be Batman. I just can't.
So, okay, this has been Rhiannon, Jack, and John.
Who gets no
And
respect.
Killian, who had joined us earlier in our Silent Observer.
The Silent Observer.
They're both dead now. We'll never forget them.
Well, Killian will be back next week, but
Probably.
we'll never forget the Silent Observer.
She'll live on in our hearts and in our memories.
So
sure,
what
her
should we
body
talk
is
about?
dead,
What
and
should
her
we talk-
soul is not.
And her silence lives on.
What should we talk about next week? Is there anything?
Can we talk about Kingsman next week?
Yeah, we can talk about Kingsman next
Alright,
week.
speaking of Kings, how about King Kong next week and Kaiju movies? Because King Kong's at the week after.
Kaiju movies is a good one.
Kaiju movies?
Let's talk about Kaiju movies and Kingsman. And carrots.
Because of the C, you fucking dipshit.
And the KKK.
And Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
I tell you, I get no respect.
It's been Charles Xavier signing off. Goodbye, students.
And Eric Lencher. See you next week.